Hi guys, welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Hello Durbancharu, welcome Valmata, welcome Count McBear, hello, and welcome Nimby, Vividly Another, and Donard. Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Hope your week finally is finished and now you can just... Hi Garfield, okay. Okay Garfield, sure. That works, I guess. I hope your week was manageable. Whoever worked, I hope you don't have to work anymore. So I'm hoping that you're gonna have nice time. Had to let me know 12 hours in advance that I had to drive her to an appointment. It happens. Sometimes, sometimes some people, me for sure, forget about some things like. I will remember about something literally. Biscuit Bitsin, thank you so much for 100 biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello there, Birkin. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? I didn't start playing it, so I am not winning yet. Unless, I don't know. How can I win without... I don't know. But yes. We left like 3 hours ago, and we're still there. Here. Oh, well, hello there, the Stuman. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Just got out of work now, relaxing. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. My time at work was... Well, it is a little bit busy since my coworker is now taking some days off, so I have to take care of everything, which is fine. I took some days off as well. I just bought the new DLC, so there's another $24 to CA. I don't know if it's good or bad for actually. Captain, I may have made a mistake. Will my Skaven campaign be borked because of the new update? No, shouldn't be. Okay, hopefully not. We just placeholder trade. Awesome. Hello, James. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Where did you get that? Get what? Get what? What did I got? What did I got? What did I got? 50-50 shot to business. Oh my god. Where did you get that beautiful smile? Ah! Well, there is a specific artist who is credited in that. Yeah, that's her. Skaven got nothing from the DLC. I only saw some buffs for Skaven. Hi Garfield. No, please don't, please don't. Can you go the other way? No, please go the other way. You can, Garfield. I beg of you. There is another way around. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, I think he realized what I'm asking him to do. So Garfield has two ways to go behind my displays right now. He can either go from a left side or from the right side. He's always gonna enter from the left side every single time, but there is a 50-50 chance he's gonna try to leave from the right side, which I wouldn't mind whatsoever, but this is where I put it. I have like a little metal rack with like papers and some stuff put on that, and every time he walks on it, one of the shelves slides off and falls down, and it makes noise, it, you know, deteriorates stuff, and I'm like, you know that there is another way. You know it. Kirito Blue Black Hero, welcome, happy to see you hiding today, and thank you for the fail. Why the fail? I didn't fail at anything yet. I'm in an abusive relationship because something is 90% going to be broken by the update. 100% yes. Have you ever reacted to old world geographics of Solent? No, not yet. I don't think so. Hello there, Kalo. Welcome. Happy to see you hiding today. Hi, hi. See, I will find a way to bork it. No, please. It was going... actually, not that good. Yes, you can leave this way. Thank you, my boy. I appreciate it. Hello there, Lord Potato and... Wait. No, wait. Potato? Oh, hi, Potato. Hello, Lord Inquisitor. Welcome. Happy to see you hiding today. Hi, hi. No, today we're gonna be watching the new stuff. Good morning, Draco. We're gonna be watching the new stuff from the new trailers that we got. Because I think I played only... I watched only one. I only watched the very, very first one from a month ago. That was released, the Total Warhammer 3 Tides of Torment announcement trailer. So I will be watching all of the ones that have been released within the past weeks and days. So I'm guessing those. I knew I'd get a weird reaction. No, I thought because I saw Captain welcoming you, but above Captain I only saw Lord Inquisitor. And I was wondering if I missed something or if Captain tagged the wrong person. And then I looked even higher and then I noticed you. Hope you react to it. It's very interesting. I probably will at a certain point. I'm not sure when, because this Sunday my idea is to finish up the Lego set that we started. So we'll see. Nagash trailer, let's go. Yes, Nagash trailer will be one of the trailers that we're gonna be watching today. Yes. I started the new High Elf campaign like an hour ago and I was kinda having fun. I love that it's kinda having fun. I love that it's like just kinda having fun. It's not I was enjoying. No. It's I was kinda having fun. I got mixed feelings. They got Sotek on stage. Makes sense why he's been simping so hard for the company. Because he feels important from it, probably. Probably yes. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I don't want to be mean to anyone, especially to someone who is within the space much longer than me, and I'm the newcomer here. So I'm gonna be completely honest. I do not enjoy Lore Master of Sotek as in content creator. I don't trust his judgments because he is not in any way criticizing Creative Assembly, and it just rubs me the wrong way. That's it. I would say that's it. Yeah. Hello there, Troperks. Welcome. Happy to see you herding today. They give him a lot of money, to be honest. Good for him. I'm happy that he's getting money. I don't know what I don't know what else to say. I've got off Total War currently, and Fer does. I'm just a wee salty on how he treated Legend. And exactly, that's my other point, Lord Inquisitor. That's my other thing that grinds my gears very badly with how he has behaved with that situation. But I don't want to sit here and shit on someone, especially that I don't know him personally. I don't know very much about him. I have very limited perspective of who he exactly is. However, I see things that I do not like from him. So generally speaking, like when people were saying, oh, maybe you should collab with him, I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. If you're getting a big check, you would not want to that check to go anywhere. Yes, Birkin, but I'm gonna be completely honest. If that check makes you lie and disrespect your viewers and the people who enjoy the game, I no. I've been following Warhammer, both flavors, for over 20 years. There is not a ton of YouTube lore, people that are great at it, good for entertainment or basic intro, but you shouldn't trust what most of them say, honestly. Yeah. Seems like a chill dude, but he seems to be terrified of stepping on any industry toes. Yeah, but generally speaking, we're gonna see what the update does. I'm hoping that the Skaven campaign is not broken. Unfortunately, when I was checking my High Elf campaign, the new implementations or the new features that they have added to High Elves did not work, which I kind of, to be honest, expected that if they add any new features to High Elves, it's not gonna work on a campaign from before the update, so that's fine. I expected that. I understand why it's the case. And it's not that easy to make it compatible with old saves. At least it loads and it seems to function in the meaning of I can most likely still finish that campaign and it should be fine, even if I just ignore the features that have been added. Hello, there's a around. Welcome, happy to see you hiding today. For more rats? Oh yeah, there's always good day. Garfield, can we not yell? Yeah, I would appreciate. Thank you. He's just sitting under the chair, looking at me, licking his nose. I'm like, hi, human. I require attention. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hello. What? You're such a cuddly boy lately. My goodness. When I started my campaign, it was like, here is 40 tools. Build this IKEA desk. Oh my god. That's I actually speaking of like building an IKEA desk, I found a game that sounds a little bit fun. It's not gonna be a game that I'm gonna be streaming most likely or anything. Maybe a video at certain point, but for now it's just on my wish list. Where literally your job is in somewhat fantasy futuristic world, you fix stuff up. You literally have an instruction, little booklet that you have to read and fix things according to the booklet. I freaking I want that. It reminded me of that because the content creator that popped up on my YouTube channel playing this game named the video something with like putting together IKEA, like making IKEA shop or something like. Oh my goodness. Garfield, can we like? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk to Garfield to not zoom, and he literally just came out from behind the curtain. He was like, "Yes, me, mom." Where did you go? Hi, Garfield. Hi. Can you not yell? Is it a possibility? Was the title of the game? Sounds fun. Let me find it really quick. It's not a farm simulator. No. It has nothing to do with farm. Let me just find it on my wish list of freaking tons of games. I do have to say this model is my favorite of you. The game sounds fun. Thank you. I'm hoping that you will like the new model that is in works. Where is that game? Let me find it. I added to wishlist like yesterday, but there. It's Uncle Chops, as in chopping and as in someone's. Rocket Shop. Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop. It is a 2D graphics game that is kind of like one of those, I would say, more story-driven games, but also a little bit puzzle-like. It's pretty nice. It looks pretty fun. Hello there, Echo, welcome, happy to see you. I was gonna check it out. Yeah, go check it. Maybe you will like it too. It says that it's adventure, management, simulation, puzzle, and roguelike. So yeah, thank you, Captain. I think it's a magic world. It kind of is, yeah. It's like, how to put it? I forgot to preload that, but thank you for that, but... And Dahlia zooms too now. It kind of is just a cute little game that I accidentally stumbled upon. Okay, let me open. So how do I want to do this? I know how I can do this. Actually, I just realized how I can do this. So we can actually maybe can I like okay add to the queue, this one no. This one, yes. Do we want to see the trailer of the Medieval 3 or do we decide that we don't want to see it? What's the idea for the Medieval 3? Should we watch it too? Seems cool, not necessarily my type of game, but interesting. Oh yeah, I understand. 100% understand. It's more of, I would say, like a chill type of game. It seems like my type because I like freaking.
Stop following me.
I really like puzzle games. Asking the streamers to. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, we can watch it then. It has been. Let me expand. Ha! I am such a smart bunny. You guys cannot comprehend my smart moments. You cannot comprehend my smart moments. Hello there, unknown match. Welcome. Happy to see you. Did you see the Warhammer End Times trailer? Not yet. Ah! Oh my gosh, you scared me. Why? What's wrong with the Met 3? Yeah, that is made by CA. That's true. That was my worry. Hello there, Cactus. Welcome. Happy to see you heading today. Hi, Coca the Frog. Hello, General. JQ. Welcome. Happy to see you. Happy to see you guys. Hi. Let me stop the music really quick so we can watch the trailers. Oh, I didn't want to. Okay. Are you going to watch all the trailers? No. Well, not all of them, just the newest ones, because the old trailers, I already watched them, so we're just watching the newer ones from like 4 weeks ago and on. Been a while? Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been? I was talking about the new ones. Yeah, the new ones, yes. We're gonna watch all of them. Let me just move here. Busy? Yeah, I get it. I get it that it's busy. It's very busy time of the year. Like it's December, so it's pretty busy time of the year. I waited since myths come out probably before you were born or were a little kid for a sequel, and I almost aged myself. I'm gonna put it that way about the Medieval 3 because I never played Medieval 2. I'm gonna say it that way. I hope that it's gonna be great, and I hope that it's gonna be a great game that everybody will enjoy. I'm expecting bad. I'm expecting a failure. I'm hoping for the best. Because I don't think currently I can bring myself to expect the CA to pull off Medieval 3 in a good way. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm expecting not the worst, but not good. Okay, let's start. The first one is the Tides of Torment Decala gameplay showcase. Let's go! CA is a hollow husk of its former self. Yep. Always expect bad, can never be disappointed that way. Yes, Biscuit. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, wait, I cannot hear it because I'm stupid. I forgot to turn on one thing. And I'm confused. I was confused. You gotta play Medieval 1 first, then Mid 2, and see the difference.
Bones.
Yeah. TTS is back! Oh my god! I don't know if it was muted, but TTS is back! Oh my god, TTS has been revived. Hi, Bancho. Thank you so much for 2 months. I appreciate it. And for 6 months as well. For tier 3. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I am a little disappointed because I was hoping for the 17th century game. I mean, low-key, you have to go through the decades of games. I see. Okay, let's restart it really quick. I want to make sure that I can hear it.
Corruptive,
Yeah.
inescapable.
The girl is shedding her past for a go at demonhood.
Their only goal is exploiting everything and everyone in their path.
Grab a sword
Okay.
or 6 as we delve into Takala's debauched plans for southern Khorne.
I love that they have that the music is a little bit too loud for me to hear what the guys are saying. Oh man. The game is supposed to go over 400 years probably. She has like 100 speed. The man has a dead monster. Your reference point is Troy or Pharaoh, not Med 2 or Rome 2. Keep it in mind. Yep. Hello there, the 13th Madman. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Yes, we have a snake girl. Snake man? Snake mommy? Snake mommy!
The god of excess knows their way around mortal minds like a snake knows the grass.
Oh?
Undulating through desires, Slaanesh can find weakness and exploit it. Temptation, opportunity, denial.
Denial too?
Fuel subjects more than any offering could. The best thing about playing as Slaanesh is you can force denial on just about anyone. I just denied this army from existing. Think I might deny their settlement next. But to be frank, denial is boring. I'd much rather have all-out unfettered indulgence. Go on. Take that shiny new sword. Oh, no, never mind.
But new sword, no! I want that shiny new sword. Give it back. That has always been around the Crusades era. Slaanesh are fast, hit hard, but super squishy. Ah, so they're very squishy. It's over. Slaanesh knows about gunning. No!
Grand Cathay,
Ah, they learned.
well versed in denial, with their harmony that they're so desperate to defend. Can you imagine these lands full to the brim with pain? I mean freedom.
Freedom, yes. Pain also, yes.
I think a little chaos would enlighten the people of Grand Cathay. An opportunity indeed.
Wait, so the new Slaanesh Lord starts near the Cathay? I saw the no, wait, I saw the map and it was more to the west, not east. It was to the west, right? Am I missing something? Did I misremember? I thought it's in Lustria where the lizardmen are and the dark elves. Lustria is the Free Lord faction, the Masqué. Masqué is not west. She starts in Cafe next to Balters. Oh my gosh, oh, Lustria was the new lord. This one starts somewhere else. Okay, I have misremembered the lords. My bad. Okay, that's on me. Okay. The class starts on east and and the Masqué is on west. Okay, I've mixed up those two. Noted. They're making new factions to fight the Order Tide. Yeah.
Suited for such a task. Well, nobody hates being denied more than
I
us
didn't saw
are the show.
caffeine game yet, no. I only know that it's somewhere on east.
We've discovered a new area with the
Elder Jason, welcome. Happy to see you hurting today.
Cafe and hinterlands, but unfortunately, it's overrun with goblins. So before
Yeah,
we
I
can
didn't
take
play on
Cafe,
the east
we really
yet.
must deal with these loud
Mostly west or middle.
The Kala is one of Slaanesh's champions that has been cursed to never achieve demonhood, but
Why?
that doesn't stop her from
Why has she been cursed to never have demonhood? Why is she just a champion? Why? Why?
trying to do so.
Well, not much is known about her origins.
She used to kill her demon husband first. She wasn't invited to the party, damn it! Quite good, and today I am over here. Awesome, happy to hear that. Also, welcome full S4Z, welcome, happy to see you hiding today. So, that's an issue. Hello there, Cheka, welcome, happy to see you hiding today. Is demonhood in edging? Oh my goodness, that must be awful.
Do know that the tormentors in the Kala strive to exploit everything and everyone in their path. Her playstyle is expressed mostly from her being mobile, searching for new places to exploit and torment.
She mostly buffs herself. She can either go more on the offensive.
Oh yeah,
make
because
sure that
she's not gonna have
cutting
healing.
down enemies faster than most other lords, or be more defensive and try to protect herself more with her 6 swords when fighting.
So I'm guessing that her units are mostly buffed for the snake units, right? According from what I heard, Slaanesh likes to see her trying. Makes sense. That 100% makes sense. It just makes Slaanesh happy. That was 1,000 yards there. She didn't have enough arms. Her husband has kidnapped her and then she ran away from him, and Slaanesh made it so he can't have her without her consent, and she can't be a daemon while he is still alive. He can't have her without her consent, and she cannot be a daemon as long as he's alive. Is her husband a daemon, or is he also just a champion? I'm confused. Yeah, me too.
If we are to swap out Cathay's Lord and Order for Chaos, we'll need to move out of the Cathayan hinterlands. Speed is our strongest trait in battle, so let's continue that in our campaign by striking early. We recruit
makes sense.
utilizing our torment.
He is a Daemon Prince. Okay, so he's a Daemon Prince. So she would have to kill him to be a Daemon. Ayo.
Holds for recruitment in order to take out the orcs and goblins by turn 5. These
Occupy as tormentors. What does that mean?
To basic troops, empowering our local armies, and can deploy garrison sally attacks. That's handy. All of
Wait, so you have an occupy as in like having a puppet cities? She doesn't want to be a daemon then. Daemon Prince can't die? Oh. Lol. Okay, so this occupy option, I want to understand it. Occupy is a tormentor's hold. Occupy is a thrall camp. Sack or raise. You settle your troops and construct Torment's Hold. Torment's Hold are military recruitment centers. They access to basic troops. They can also empower local armies, generate corruption, and deploy garrison sally attacks. So the garrison can attack from the cities. Oh my goodness. Good that mostly garrisons are rather weak. Hello there, Nikolai. Welcome. Happy to see you harding today. One is to earn the slaves, the other to spend the slaves, I think. Oh, okay. Kislev has that too? Okay, I never played Kislev, unfortunately. Well, I did, but only in the tutorial. Happy Sinterklaas Eve to all Dutchies and some Germans can stay just quickly. No problem. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Happy whatever you are celebrating. I'm sorry, I don't know what that one is. She wants to be a daemon, but since she can't kill her husband, she can't be one, hence her being the denied one. Garrisons have always been able to sally out? Oh. Oh. Garrisons and sieges desperately need a buff? Oh wait, garrisons always can sally out. Wait, what? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. I hope they add that thing to more factions.
Goblins by turn 5. These settlement types focus on military, giving us access
Sally
to basic
out
troops,
as in you
powering
fight
our
outside the
local
settlement. Yeah, but I'm guessing that in this this situation, the garrison can literally leave the settlement by its own, right? If you're near a city, okay, but this is a reinforcement of the settlement most of the time. I think the difference is that you can walk outside of the settlement or something. Yeah, this is what I was asking, right? Because the fact that you can have the settlement garrison sally out as a reinforcement for your army, yeah, that I know. But I think that in this case, you literally can walk out with that garrison. When your castles or towns are being attacked, you can attack the attacker. Garrisons can attack who is besieging them, but Dekla and Kislev can send the garrison to chase someone. Yeah, that's what I mean. Should I send you the devlog to check? Today we could look at over it, sure.
armies and can deploy garrison sally attacks. That's handy.
Yeah, so this means
All
that
of
you can
this is, of
actually
course, supported
leave
by our
the
thrall camps.
thingy. You settle your troops and construct a thrall camp. Thrall camps are economic settlements. They can generate gold, harvest thralls from the local region, and are the only settlements types that can advantage of local resources. Okay, so this is like a normal city, basically. Which drains to keep the settlements at full power. Once depleted, output decreases significantly. And this is the one that gives you slaves. Okay. Kislev too, guess it's been too long I played Kislev, that's okay. I don't know, I'm gonna find out if you are further away from the town attack. So you can reinforce further away, that's cool. Yeah, basically you can reinforce an army that is further away. Sent it, thank you. Hello there, Paste, welcome, happy to see you hiding today.
Focused settlements, generating gold, harvesting local resources.
Yeah, so these are like the normal settlements. Procams farm volunteer workers, Tormentor holds, let you recruit units and buff your pleasure places. Pleasure places are limited and can only be built in the capital cities. I see. Okay.
After raising a steady army, we now turn our sights to the Burning Wind nomads at Fu Hung and introduce them to the Serpentine from the south. The problem with leading a decadent cult is that they crave decadence. How do you measure decadence? Well,
what is a decadence?
Thankfully,
Reactive extravagance fuels the tormentor's power, blurring the lines between pleasure and pain and drawing followers deeper into a world of unending temptation and desire. Decadence is generated by pleasure places. Based on their level of development, decadence is spent on tormentors, tributes for a variety of benefits, empower units with marks of vindictiveness, grant opulent gifts as a powerful... Okay. Or you can use that against them and sneak into the town without a fight. Yes. And pleasure places themselves have a very balanced global buffs and buffs for the class herself. Of course, always very balanced. You get descendants with the palace. Every building in the place generates that, and you use it to buy special buffs. Oh yeah, I was asking what the name means, what the word means, because I don't think I've ever heard that one, or if I heard, I do not actually know what it means. Let me check in that case. Damn, wow, that doesn't help me whatsoever. Moral or cultural decline is characterized by excessive indulgence in pleasure or luxury. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. You never heard of the word opulent? I heard of the word, I don't remember what it means. Also, hello there, Dieter Skier. Welcome. You don't know what it means? The bunny is free of Slaanesh influence? Yes, I actually am. They spelled census wrong. Wait, what? Where is it? Oh, I missed that. Oh my gosh, they did. It's okay, guys. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fixed. Opulent, excessively luxurious. Yeah, and indulging too, as I see. Was so excited to see the Nagash reveal, and now I can't wait for him to come out. Also, Neferata is coming out with the DLC too. I'm gonna see the trailer soon enough. Hello there, Madfish. Welcome. Happy to see you herding today.
We have this handy counter. In order to increase this, we will rely on our pleasure palaces.
Yeah.
Of our depravity, providing all of the devious activities our faction desires.
I want to see the Monkey King.
Buffs across our faction. But all things in excess has its drawbacks. We cannot build more pleasure palaces until our existing ones have lived up to their promise. A minimum tier of 3, they must be, before we can construct more. We'll let our palace do its thing while Dakala moves on up north. Any questions? Too bad we're not taking any. Oh, if
Why?
you insist,
I have
go
questions.
ahead and read the blog for more details.
The pleasure palaces are the ultimate expression of the Kala's opulence. These are powerful settlements that you can construct only on the province capital and nowhere else.
Okay.
They offer immense power while abusing and exploiting the thralls that she gains from the settlements around her.
Ah, thralls. Unlike Nakari, Dakala doesn't rely on seduction for finding souls to serve her. No. Having been denied demonhood, she's very keen to pay forward that frustration onto others. Denying survivors their freedom gives us a resource of thralls, and we'll use them to upgrade our pleasure palace.
Well, you
Thralls
need
can
some
also be
help
used as
sometimes.
drawbacks, as we drain the populace of previous enemy settlements. There is a limited pool, but upgrading our camps can increase this.
Oh, okay, so
Who
it's
needs
limited
favor from the
unless you
gods?
can update
Favor
it.
from the whip.
Okay, so this is a hero. Armored anti-infantry melee expert duelist. Okay. So they are mostly a... so they're a melee person. Also, hello, currently performing a Panto, but have you have just enough time to watch the reaction? I see. You don't want to know what goes on in those pleasure places, palaces? We don't ask that. That's... Gowal didn't want to smoke, yeah. I just want best boy Thankol. He's truly the smartest and most competent Skaven leader in existence. Yes. Isn't that Ikit Claw? Isn't Ikit Claw the smartest boy?
The Burning Wind Nomads are no more. Although
Aw,
we weren't the only
man.
ingredient to their downfall. Mr. Balthazar Galt has made his way down south with his own flavor of law and order. Another
Hello there, you.
depravedly drain. His changed settlements will become our path of self-discovery. Call us impulsive, but when there's a temptation, there is opportunity. So we must
Of course.
grasp it. To help on our journey, we will call on the Tormentor's tributes. The decadence we've been raising
My
can be
goodness.
exchanged for a mark of vindictiveness. Dressing our units with banners to buff them for the next 3 battles, after which they will be reassigned.
Next 3 battles. And does it have like a turn cap, or is it just next 3 battles? Interesting. There's no creature alive who has saved the world from Skaven plans more than Thankul, probably. When playing with the Empire, no armies. When you go against the Empire, armies. Oh yes. They love spinning the camera around. I can see that, yes. The amount of thralls on each settlement is limited, and it only gets reduced with time, and once it's gone, it is gone. Oh yeah, because, well, the population is gone. That makes sense. Is Lord of Supreme? I see.
This should just about help cover us against the Empire. Alongside this, we also have access to both opulent gifts and exquisite spoils, all of which we can spend our decadence on to support our indulgences.
Okay. So basically Dekla really is one of the lords that benefits a lot from expanding and expanding continuously, because whenever you take a settlement, you have new thralls, and the old thralls will be depleted because the populace is gone, and this is where you get the thralls from. So I am assuming that what's gonna happen is you will want to expand continuously to new settlements to keep on thralls coming in. At least that's what I think will be beneficial in that case.
As the Kala's decadence grows ever higher,
And
the
this is
Tormentor's
okay.
tributes
I can see myself completely forgetting that I use this ability to get myself the buffs and then forget to assign it to a specific army or a specific unit. I can see that happening so many times.
Allow her to enhance her battle capabilities in multiple ways. There are 3 categories. Marks and Vindictiveness, which are banners that can be assigned to units through the pre-battle screen.
I'm gonna forget about them.
Gifts, which are ancillaries capable of enhancing your lords across the map.
Okay.
And finally, the Exquisite Spoils that boosts her overall campaign potential for the whole faction.
Okay.
The Empire love their ranged units, so we brought along our own.
The devotees of Slaanesh are dark elves who worship Slaanesh, and therefore they have been shunned away by others of their kind. We have them in 2 different variants, one dual-wielding swords. And
Okay, so we get 2 different dark elves in the Slaanesh, not just the demon spawns. Special bindings like resources give a small amount of thralls no matter the amount the settlement has, or you can lose the settlement to an enemy and conquer to get some more. This is definitely part, this is what I'm thinking, that you can just continuously let one of the settlements be recycled by the enemy. I had it when I look for polar references, I get frickin' Genshin Impact, man. Yep.
having a crossbow that allows them to have ranged attacks.
Okay. We have wizard. Ooh, let's go. No, wait, no, he's not a wizard. What is he? No, the previous one was wizard. Okay. This is just a unit, I'm guessing.
It's turn 25, and we've slithered back into Cathayan territory, warring with the western provinces.
Hello there, Fairy Marine. Welcome. Happy to see Harding today. Hi, hi. A kinky beastman seems so.
Alphasar lives and is hit back at us, reclaiming some of his.
It's the beastman from those books. Oh my god, it's that one. This is how these were created. It's Slaanesh. You know, the, like, I don't know, what was it called? Like the milking farm or whatever stupid thing it is. It's that one. These are the beastmen, the Slaanesh ones. Technically, you can get 3 different Dark Elf units since you can get the Droki Alantit, who is a hero. Ah, too bad they didn't give the original Slangurs with throwing javelins. Oh man, that would be cool. Morning Glory Milking Farm. I don't even know what's the actual title because I never looked it up or anything. But if you know Fairy Marine, then sure, it's that one. Even though you don't love Papa, just know he still loves you. I don't love Papa, no. Minotaurs of Slaanesh, yes. A new book. Just for female. That is the title. Oh my gosh. The man was traumatized. I never researched. I never researched these books. I don't need them. They are not something that I'm interested in. But I saw the stupid memes about it, and it just popped in my mind when you said kinky beastmen. This is where they go. This is what they do.
We could head back, but I'm so much more drawn to keeping up our decadence and income of thralls. So much temptation
I thought
all
so.
around us. Besides, we still have our other settlements back home, and oh dear. It looks like a thrall-based economy is not without its limits. With the populace having been depleted, we have no one left to hold our wine.
Yep.
Perhaps this is a chance to learn from our mistakes. Is a thrall workforce really the answer? Yes. Yes, it is. We just need to double down.
I
We should
see.
make the most out
Of
our
course.
remaining settlements with exquisite spoils.
Decla for next campaign, Tori. I don't know yet. The wild part is they have that stuff in the middle of Barnes and Noble bookstores. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna question that. I don't even want to know that this is the case. Also, welcome Audra, Ambrosi, welcome. It sucks because I love reading books, but I like normal fantasy stuff. Time to learn from our mistakes. We need to collect more thralls so we never run out of people to hold our wine. Exactly, that's a very
Building
important
increasing
thing.
income from all buildings should help. But we need more decadence, which means we need to upgrade our pleasure palace.
There you go.
And hey, look, tier 3 means we can build.
Okay, so instead of spending money to upgrade the
We need
palaces,
to upgrade our pleasure palace.
We use the throws instead. This is our currency that we use to upgrade these. Okay,
And
noted.
hey, look, tier
Of course,
3
Slaanesh would
means
want
we
of
can build
horses,
up.
of course.
Onwards.
All the
More
buildings in the
temptation.
palace are use trolls. I see.
Our
Okay.
main motivation behind the unique campaign management style of the Kala was to best represent the vicious nature of the tormentors. The way that they neglect those that they capture leads to the exploitation and decay of these settlements, and for that reason, she needs to strive forwards to capture ever further and
I wonder how did she became the way that she is, since she is not a daemon.
ever more.
They're OP, I see. Wait, what is happening? Wait a second. What is this weird effect on the freaking map? You see this like weird lines on the side when they move the camera? Like those like almost like cut-off lines. What is that? I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. But every new unit is OP, so you can buy the DLC, yeah. Seeing the snake people, the chosen of Slaanesh, charge the enemy is amazing. They can they send people flying. Whee! Yeah, I just
Turn
see
50.
those weird
The
graphic
Jade Custodians
themes.
are our latest victims as we glide across Cathay. Unfortunately, we've
They're
somewhat let Balthazar
fast?
Guild
Good.
slip by.
That
And
sounds
not only has he
awesome.
conquered the entirety of the Celestial Riverlands, he now wants a piece of us.
No,
Seems
no,
that
no,
rather
no.
than chaos,
Can't be that.
Khorne has been replaced by its close
If the
cousin,
creators don't have
Law
a
and Order.
optimized version of the game, oh my gosh.
One side.
That's
But this masked
unfortunate.
guest does not.
I think that's a transition from battle map to the world map. Oh, maybe that's what happened, yeah. Hello there, Nikas. Welcome, have you seen you? She was an elf princess who was married for political reasons. She got mistreated, and to get revenge on her husband, his family, and her own family, she made a deal with a daemon of Slaanesh. Ah, I see. Okay, so this is how she became Snake.
Despite Gelt's overwhelming presence, I have faith in us. Throughout our campaign, we've been cozying up with the Norscan Wormkins, showering them with gifts and sallying our forces out to help boost them against Nakai.
Interesting.
Eventually, this allowed us to force through a defensive alliance, gaining us a corruptible presence along the Serpent Estuary. And now, our constriction of the Celestial Riverlands has trapped Balthazar, and our grip upon him will begin to tighten. Time to go in for the kill.
Interesting way of showcasing that.
We deployed the bulk of our army.
Okay, so we have a
Utilizing our speed,
wagon.
We'll take some of our army around, where our battering ram lies in wait.
Damn, that's a nice
Still,
battering ram. I like that
slowly into the first gate.
design of it.
Stirkar the Swordsmere is a legendary hero.
Why is he riding on a very weird worm with boobs? Just why? Just why? How many bras that serpent wearing? I don't even... Because Slaanesh, I hate it here. The pleasure party showed up at the gates. Slight correction, the daemon of Slaanesh harassed her family until they gave her to him, so he leave them alone, which was also a bunch of thousands of years ago, hence all of her mutations. Booby worm. It looks like it! You don't ask why to Slaanesh, only why not, of course. Hello there, Kasten, welcome, happy to see you hiding today.
Who excels at
Wait, we can count now how many bras it has. It has 4 bras, don't worry about it.
buffing other Chaos Warriors around him, while he himself is a formidable combatant. The Druki Anointed
Boob
is
worm is
special
cool. I don't know, is it
to
I love
Slaanesh.
Tzeentch?
They
Also
are
welcome.
actually Dark Elves that are leaders of the devotees of Slaanesh and armed with...
Wait, does he? Oh, he's a... Interesting, he's a lesser spellcaster as well, okay.
Handed swords, they are extremely good at cutting both enemy infantry
Okay.
or fighting other enemy characters, as they do have access to some dark elf magic.
Okay,
as
so
well.
this is how we get a little bit of magic
As our enemy is
going.
distracted in the east, we force our way through the west gate.
Because I see that there is not much magic with the Slaanesh, at least units. Currently it is mostly go in for a quick kill. Doing good playing the new DLC. Hope you enjoyed, hope it's fun for you. You either get arms or boobies. Hard choice, man. Here's some bounce spells later. I see.
Flooding the rest of our army inside.
I just
Followed by
realized that I
untrusting
don't see much magic with Slaanesh.
While we send our quickest units around the capture.
Elves typically don't mutate at all, which is what makes Dekla unique with all the snake bits and extra arms. I see. If you look how close they hold the sword to his body, he definitely sleeps naked with it. Haha. Shit's okay. Slaanesh has normal magic, lord, and heroes. Okay, so I just didn't saw them yet.
Dakala will do what Dakala does best. Wipe out the infantry.
Because I mostly saw the melee fights. I didn't saw much magic used just yet.
Slaanesh are an elite monstrous infantry that excels at fighting other infantry. Each
Infantry against infantry. Interesting.
one of them wields 4 swords to a great effect, and they can really cut through swarms of enemies if needed.
Okay. They are OP. Are they expensive at least? Like, are they expensive as an upkeep and recruitment? Slaanesh units are all about being fast and flanking their enemies since they're quite squishy in prolonged combat, I see. Particularly the Daemonettes. I don't think there are new casters, but they are already had a lore. Okay. Slaanesh, just Dekla isn't Maske, and Nakari are both also spellcasters. I see, okay. Infantry blenders. Oh, these are interesting.
Are an elite cavalry. That
It's a
can move
cavalry,
around the
of
battlefield
course.
Extremely fast and pack one of the hardest punches in the game.
My goodness.
They are vulnerable, so you need to be very careful how you utilize them. But once they plow into enemy lines, they are certain to cause devastation.
Okay, so they're very harsh with the impact that they do whenever they run in, but if you don't pull them back, they will get mowed down. Okay, because what Slaanesh needed were more cavalry. Of course. I think they give more cavalry to Slaanesh for the reason of trying to execute the go in, kill, get the kill and get out. I think that's what the idea with Slaanesh is, and I think that's why they have so much cavalry there. Squishy, 7.3k HP with 30 armor. Wait, really? Did I not notice that? Okay. I wonder how quickly you can get that cavalry. Because if it's like just a beginning of the game cavalry for 32 models. Yeah, that's not... It's a top tier unit. Okay, so this is like a more of a late game thing with poison attack. But it's a squishy one! Can't really expect tanks? Of course, yeah. That's what I mean. Okay.
They are, but once
Of course, Slaanesh have STDs. Of course, yeah. Has to be poisonous.
Breaking Gelt's front line has left him vulnerable to us, and with his army scattered both east and west, it won't be hard for us to encircle him.
Yeah, although they said that it's... No, this is past turn 25, never mind. Hello, Dixerer. The main thing that makes the cavalry, chariot, and monsters good is the devastating flanker ability that gives double the charge bonus. Oh, damn, that's... Okay. That is a lot, yeah.
Drink water. Be calm.
Thank you for the hydrate. Past turn 25, Gelt should be melting literally anything with his magic. It's definitely past turn 25 because they said that it's turn 25 a little bit earlier, so it's definitely later on. Magic attack, poison with 100 speed, good luck securing flank. So wait, so this cavalry is very strong due to the poison and the speed? Hello there, Rumful. Welcome. Happy to see you. The reason they do so much is because they lick people in the face. Ugh. I think my internet is dying, having troubles watching for the last 10 minutes. I'm sorry to hear that. I can fix her. Of course, Hamster. You can fix everyone. It inflicts terror too. Oh my gosh. If you flank with that thing, considering how fast it is, cause terror, poison attack, and you micromanage them well, that's gonna be a very strong army. I probably would struggle with Slaanesh due to how much you have to micromanage around. Like, it's kind of a lot to make sure that works. You can just top flank and the squad is dead anyway, cause it to poison, yeah.
The lands scream with corruption, and yet no reward, no recognition, only more denial. We must spread further into Cathay, remove all traces of harmony and law and order, and perhaps then, only when all of Cathay knows true freedom, we shall cross the seas. More temptation, more opportunity. More thoughts, more comments. Let us know in the comment section below or follow our links to wishlist now.
Having good speed is better for moving around the battlefield and to charge bonuses. This cavalry, as I said, I would expect it to be basically in and out kind of situation. Yeah, that's why you don't want an army full of them. Yeah. So it is easier to micro than Skaven. No law and order, only 6 boobs. Yep. Okay, this one is the Tides of Torment, but Sile gameplay. So let's check out. Actually, can we play the ads first really quick? My thoughts, fuck your cavalry, bruh, but cavalry! Let's just play the ads really quick so that they don't start during the video. And I'm just gonna check. Oh, we're good. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. So is a cartoon villain in the best way possible. Oh, is he like the type of a villain that I would love? This one is the to be the Norska faction. Okay, so this is the Norska one. Me see cavalry, me make square formation. You must have so much fun fighting against Bretonia. With their bombardier cavalry. Whenever the frickin' AI decides that that's the only thing they will have in the army. The AI add on Twitch? Oh my god, I'm sorry. You can flank if there is no flank? Yeah. How does it work against the bombardiers on the Bretonia? Gallery betrayed everyone? Oh no. Captain, can I get my cookies? I know that we have cookies. Teehee. Do you like villains who betray everyone they come across, have their plans repeatedly explored in their face, but keep persisting and try new schemes? Maybe. You mean the Imperial Grenadiers? Doesn't Bretonia also have like an equivalent of that? The little ones that like ride around and throw out grenades? I thought that they do have that too. Just no, Papa still love you. And you have 3 boobs. Papa bad. Sorry, I play Empire for funny. I don't care about cavalry as I have like 4 buffs against charge. No, I mean when you fight against Empire. No gunpowder for the French? No. No, they hate anything more modern than medieval tech? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. My bad. Then you must have fun against Empire. I know that Bretonia is not an empire. I know that. I don't know that. Oh, the good side. He's now like half squid because of the of all the betrayals he did, including betraying all the Chaos Gods, not just one of them. Oh my god. Do you mean Grenadiers from the Empire? Yes, I got misremembered. I was fighting the Grenadiers. I think I misremembered because I was in war with the Bretonia, but an Empire joined in, and I think I had to fight against like a whole fucking... Oh no, it was with the Isabella. When I was fighting the whole squad of freaking Imperial grenades. But that betrayal of gods is why he's called the Faithless. Oh, okay. But he's Norska. How can he not? Norska is chaos. Undivided, right? Like they just believe in chaos. My brain is like very confused right now. Norska is sort of chaos. Okay. There has 2 traumas from 2 campaigns. Vampire Grenadiers, Skaven Luen. Yes. Yes. More of a necessity than devotion. Yeah. Okay. I need to go lay down as I can't even sit properly due to having like 30% of my back muscles being legit for torn apart. Please do rest, Bancho. Thank you so much for stopping by and for the sub. I appreciate it. I brought some popcorn. Perfect. Norskans are actually a pretty diverse group when it comes to chaos worship. Some even straight up don't work with chaos. Interesting. Okay. There's a lot to it, but not all Norska are truly devoted chaos worshippers. They're just people who live there, and chaos are usually the only ones who answer. Holder Broop, welcome. Happy to see you. Noted. Norska big banga trolls, yeah.
Twisted, scheming betrayer.
Just how he'd describe himself.
Oh, it's that one. I remember him from the trailers. I remember him. Though it was the one that like when Wizard was making some type of thingy, he betrayed them. I remember. Okay.
All according to plan.
Sale is someone who should not be trusted by anyone. Stab.
Why bind yourself to a god when you can double down on yourself? If you can trick a demon, then a mortal's just as easy. And if they won't bend, break them.
Still makes deals with the gods and then backstabs them for other gods or their own gain. And he keeps somehow kinda getting away with it, but not entirely, lol.
The lands and lords of Norska are brutal and dangerous. But even further beyond the lands of Wind and Chill lies the Mountain's End. A chaotic place, scarred by warring factions and the deceit of chaos sorcery. And one of these sorcerers, a schemer from the north, has made treachery his domain.
Of course. Wait, he is the one who is a traitor for everyone. How the heck does he get any type of followers? So he's Tzeentch pawn, got it. Kinda. Who isn't a Tzeentch pawn, really? Didn't Belector try betraying the gods? Funny how that works out in the end. But he is Tzeentch coded. Like, look at all the purple you can see.
Sale the Faithless, a powerful spellcaster and master manipulator, has arrived from Mountain's End.
He is Tzeentch coded left and right, I'm telling you guys.
A brand new section of map given to us by the Chaos Gods, probably due to Sale's polite words. Nice one, Sale. He's come forward with plans and motions that'd make even the most dedicated servants of Tzeentch look at him with concern. Whilst
Told you. As an atheist, I approve. So did they put him in the in the new lands? Like, did he get the new lands not taken from the map? Whoa, did Tzeentch code him? A little bit, just a little bit. Don't worry about it.
His sight is gone, his ambition remains, and his vision as a
Who
ruler
needs sight
is clearer than ever.
when you have a little skull?
The Great Bastion, one of the highest symbols of Cathay's order, has stood resolute.
Honestly, most
against
chaos sorcerers are a little Tzeentch coded. Chaos god of magic and all, of course. If I remember correctly, he is in the middle of the north. I think yes. Northeast got a little extension. Woohoo! We got it a little bit more. Let's go.
Forces of chaos. Both demon and man alike have failed to take down those walls. But Sail's never been put off by a challenge. He'll bring it down. Just you watch. But before we get to that, he's going to need to secure the lands around him. And now you've learned of our devious plans, viewer, you've fallen for our master gambit. Giving you more details. If you want to learn more about Norsca's rework and Sail's faithless ways, then, hey, check out the blog.
It's funny how every single time he says Silas, I hear sales. And I'm like, so the sales department told you to do this? Literally expanding the other side of the map instead of Ind and Kuresh.
As a master deceiver, he could always trick his way into the good books of the factions around him by using sweet words and empty promises.
So
I mean,
basically,
get a load of that reliable status. Look at him, never told a lie.
so he's similar to High Elves with influencing other factions. He's a salesman. Yeah, I just hear sales. I keep hearing Olan Intion's sale whenever I read his name.
In his life. It can't be forgotten though that out here, actions can reign supreme, and Sail is no slouch. His bag of teeth from spellcasters who've fallen before him more than prove this.
Playing as
It's so funny that his staff has those snakes on top and they're just floppy little snakes.
Sail can be extremely interesting as he is a caster lord for Norsca.
Yeah.
My favorite Sail spell has got to be the Night Maul, as this nightmarish creature appearing on the battlefield and plowing to enemy lines can be quite a lot of fun. In a weird kind of way.
Teeth, bro, is an orc.
So while it's all well and good consolidating Mountain's End, Sail will need more than a ragtag band of hairy warriors to thoroughly humiliate Gran Cathay. Even if they're really
Burning Head 2.0. Yeah, it's basically what I've noticed that they do like to risk in different spells, which I'm gonna be completely honest, it makes sense because if you had too many variations of different spells, it is a little bit it would be a little bit confusing and hard to understand. Like if you see a line, you know that this spell will do, generally speaking, this thing. If you see a circle, you know that it's AoE and stuff like that. So it's kind of, you know, this Tef you're talking about, completely different lol. If he was Slaanesh coded, his snake would have been rated. Yeah, but he's Tzeentch, so you know.
Sure, we could slog it out and repeatedly butt our heads against the walls until they collapse, but that's just so common, so typical.
Yeah.
He's used to that.
Yeah.
Let's do something their harmonious thoughts wouldn't think we'd do. Let's
Okay.
use our heads for mind games.
Okay.
I think it's high time we manipulated Cathay into a false sense of security. Manipulations are Sail's key toy in undermining his opponents and getting one over before the fight even begins. These can be used to bolster our forces with quicker recruitment times, instant sums of spoils, and increasing our vision on the campaign map. But more importantly, they can be used to make our enemies' life harder. We can damage them, destroy their diplomatic contracts, force wars, take money from them.
Oh, that's gonna... If you can force wars between two factions, and if you can break diplomatic contracts between two factions, that sounds like a very annoying thing when randomly throughout the campaign you just suddenly are in war with someone. Kind of like High Elves and Changeling. Kind of, yeah. Kind of, yeah. Let's hope the AI doesn't do this too often. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, that it's not something that can be done very often. Because my goodness. Every time I hear manipulation, that means for me, make a 20 doom stack and go bash somebody. I'm hoping that this is something that has a rather high cooldown, because it is definitely a very disruptive thing to do. So, hoping for the best.
There's all manner of ways to play with our foes and make them dance to our tune. But the key one we're interested in is infiltrating them. The plan is to infiltrate and build small outposts in foreign slots along the Bastion, allowing us to toy with the Cathayans from the inside, which will surely crush their harmonic ideals as we advance to take the walls. We will, however, need to keep an eye on this, as the devotees of chaos...
Okay, so this is basically the same as the Changeling or the Skaven Undercity. It's the unusual location almost. And that's gonna be something that will definitely be spawning a lot of times when you play Cathay on your buildings, and you will have to keep an eye on that.
Be watching. They're not a big fan of Sail's "I do what I want" nature, and will strive to keep him in check as and when they need to. Now, if we want to unlock the greater manipulations available to us, we're going to need to build Chaos Altars. These buildings are pivotal to one of Sail's victory conditions, the Dark Ritual.
Sail's ultimate purpose is to perform a grand ritual in his constant strive for power.
Okay.
He achieves that through the construction of Chaos Altars. This also brings the attention of the Empire, Lizardmen, and the High Elves, which try to prevent him of achieving his ultimate goal.
So if I'm playing as this faction and I'm building the Chaos Altars to perform the ultimate goal, I'm presuming that there is a cap. If I build a specific amount of them, then the High Elves and the Empire and Lizardmen will declare war on me. Lord of Major Inconvenience for coffee, yes. The AI's only target is still just us and nobody else, so it will be us. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when you will be playing as Cathay, these things will constantly happen to you. Also, welcome Unemployed, and hello there, Ushered. Happy to see you.
With every altar constructed, Sail gets one closer to completing the ritual, enabling him access to higher level manipulations. They can also improve campaign movement or gains achieved from looting. They can also allow recruitment of a limited number of Chaos Warriors and Chaos Spawns. You might have also seen that they grant spoils and be thinking to yourself, hey, hold on, that looks shiny and new, and we'll get there, don't you worry your little Norscan heart.
So I feel like what's going on is the more altars you build, the stronger you get, and the closer to your ultimate goal. But also the more likely it is that certain factions will declare war on you, even though you didn't do anything wrong per se against them. Everybody likes shiny, of course.
We know what we need, but how are we going to do this? Well, Zitan's getting a little too close for comfort here, and buddy, I remember when I made the Drazov showcase. You took my chair when I needed it, and I haven't forgotten that. So Sail's going to take on Zitan's force whilst we raise a new army to deal with what remains.
Haven't played him myself, but from what I saw, it looks more like the usual quest battles. Oh. That kinda sucks, to be honest. I feel like that's not an enough drawback for the buffs that you get. I feel like it would be much more interesting if they actually, at certain point, declare war on you and you have to be prepared for it and deal with it. Because let's say if you build like 10 altars, then the High Elves get this, but let's say Imperium starts to get worried and declares war on you. If you build, let's say 15, it's High Elves, and then if I build like 20 or 25, it's Lizardmen, and you have to be prepared for those wars. I really feel like it would be a little bit more interesting that way than just quest battles, but that's my feelings. Even if they declare war, they are just too far away. That is, yeah, that's the issue. That's why I was thinking, how would that work if they declare war? Because they're just far away, so they wouldn't be able to easily reach. So I'm a little bit confused on that one. Okay. Bloodraven snatched his gaming chair, apparently.
Chaos Dwarfs aren't exactly the easiest of foes, which is why we need one of our best guys for the job. And who better than a great Shaman Sorcerer? Our Sorcerer is going to take the battle to the granite spikes and then go further beyond, to the greenskin armies and all those past the spiky hills. Building Chaos Altars in
Chaos Dwarves have seats they can gain, which gives them buffs and confederation. The other Chaos Dwarves can steal them. Oh, that's what he was talking about. I did watch Lionheart's part of his campaign with Chaos Dwarves, and I remember him talking about seats. So I see now I understand what he means. Okay. Maybe spawning rogue armies, maybe like something to disturb you basically, but something that is not necessarily annoying. So it's hard to... I'm not a game designer, and I'm definitely not a Total War enough... I don't know enough about Total War to come up with such ideas, but I just feel like it would be more interesting somehow than just having quest battles. But maybe it's just me. Maybe they tried different things and this one worked the best.
in some locations, and sacking, pillaging, and razing everywhere else to help us build up our spoils, a new Norscan resource. I told you we'd come back to them. So, we're not interested really in building an economy, or building a brand new home on new shores all the time. Sometimes we just want to burn things and take stuff, and you know what?
Of course!
We do like shiny things. We can use spoils to expedite building trees, purchase certain research options, or if we feel like it, we can spend them to build new homes in regions that aren't Norscan.
When you get the attention of the gods through the manipulations, rogue armies can spawn. Okay, I see. So there is
however, do
drawback.
come with a risk. If we want to use those spoils, we need to make sure that the army that spawns when we sack settlements can actually make it back to one of our provinces. I mean, we'll also lose some marauders as well, which, oh no, what a shame. I mean, let's be honest, it's all about the ill-gotten gains. Whilst that's going on, Sael's plans are going to take him on a little journey. See, Sael might not be Norscan, but even he can be compelled by the will of a hunt.
Okay.
The Bloodshriek Chimera, the voice of the wastes, is in our midst. And to tame this monster wouldn't just make the Norscans realize who's top skin wolf around here, but it'd also be incredibly useful in our war on Cathay. We're going to need to beef up our forces before we take on a Chimera, though. Ideally, we'll need some tough damage dealers. So we're going to build up our retinue of Marauder Bearmen, as well as building towards Famir forces. We'll be kept in check by our new hero unit, the Famir Noble.
Oh.
The Famir Noble is a new monstrous hero that excels in fighting enemy infantry. It can buff up other Famir and monsters around him, and can be quite a danger on the battlefield.
So Sael's off on his little journey, and might even consolidate more of a land's north.
Okay, so this is a
Cathay,
quest battle.
With him on his hunt, and our great Shaman Sorcerer heading out west, I'd say this might be an ideal time for a montage, no?
Sael, in comparison to other Norscan lords, is much more attuned to chaos. But not only. He is a capable spellcaster and also serves with diplomacy as much as he does with the sword. Okay,
yeah, well, he was supposed to be the master manipulator too, so diplomacy is important for him for sure. I have to leave here. Wish you all a wonderful stream. No problem, Callo. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. That was quite a massive bonk. It indeed was quite a massive bonk. Kaboom! So he himself is a spellcaster, but his army is mostly just Russian and fight, as I see. I know that the dev doesn't play Norska, as I don't see skin wolves in the army. Lol.
So we might have got a little ambitious here. In our expansion into the west,
the Vermeer, one of my favorite black sheep of the Chaos family. They are some messed up Cyclops geckos, let me tell ya. Ah yes, the best diplomacy to Fireball, of course.
Might have taken Grimgor's glory, and we're looking like a mighty fine replacement trophy.
He looks definitely very strong,
sorcerer's
boy.
army is
Is it a
pretty
crime to not
tough.
use them? Why is it a important unit to use? Why are skin wolves something that you should have in your army for Norska? Also, remember that they may have reworked the units a little bit for Norska, considering that they made a rather big upgrade or overhaul of the faction. They're cool. That's all I needed to hear, actually. That's all I needed to hear. Okay. Good anti-large, but I don't know if they were changed. Plus, there are anti-large units that is faster than any non-Slaanesh cavalry. Interesting. Regen, anti-large frenzy. It has freaking regen too. Sail has the very appropriate combination of lores of heavens associated with prophecies and clairvoyance and shadows, sorcery and deception. Okay. Anti-large, fast, and terror, but ultimately twilight, but metal as scrap. I see. Okay.
But the forces of chaos have their eyes on us, so manipulations would be risky. We've made friends with Tamakan as well, but he's a little preoccupied right now, so we can't really rely on him. So we'll get our sorcerer to pull back
75
to
speed,
spikes
60
and
weapon
recoup
strength.
before we try
Nice. And I already played Norska after updates. Skin wolves were not changed. Okay, so they have remained the same. Just wanted to make sure because, you know, maybe there was a reason to the decision of not using them.
Stop Grimgore, and good luck, buddy. I really have a feeling this won't go well. We need to do what we can to bolster our own forces in Sail's army before we...
Oh, are these the skin wolves? Are those the boys? They actually may be better because now there is much more research that buffs them. Awesome. Hello there, Imri. Welcome. Happy to see you harding today. Hi.
take the Chimera and
the
be
trio of
ready for
Norska,
whatever comes
Mammoth,
next.
Skin Wolves,
We're in a
Force
real
Worm.
hope for
I
the
would
best,
definitely use
realize
Mammoths.
we should plan for the
Nah,
worst
that's not
because
them,
we've made
okay.
enemies everywhere kind of deal. This isn't going according to plan.
Oh, look at this big boy! Oh, look at him! No, just wolf skin or wear? Okay, see. Oops. These are big trolls. These are definitely big trolls. Oh boy. The boys are here. Bunk. Oh damn. We can demount the mounts? That's impossible. Oh, well, hello there.
So we're staring down the barrel of our own actions.
Yup.
Our altars we spent time
Are you going to watch
building
while having
have
my
mostly
dinner?
been
No
reduced to
problem.
dust by Grimgore and his
Hope the
boys.
dinner is tasty.
He's also proving to be quite the unstoppable force. But now we have a Chimera on our side.
Well, let's be honest, Grimgore is pretty hard to fight. Like, yeah, he is a troublesome boy.
And other forces have come to join us. So we're just going to hit one final manipulation to give ourselves a greater demon. I mean, it's just one little greater manipulation, right? How bad can it be?
How bad could it be? I knew that is Tzeentch. Of course that is Tzeentch one. Grimgore is tough, unbreakable, heavily armored, and over-the-top melee stats. Well, he was supposed to be tough. He is one of the strongest orcs that you can ask for. And that's why you should watch on the road when you ride something. Oh, 100% yes. Chicken and boat, yeah! Stop following me.
Well, Matt.
Rod Martin, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my comfy space. Happy to stay. What are we watching again? We're watching the showcase of gameplay from the new DLC for Warhammer 3. There's nothing that can stop Grimgore, neither in lore nor in game. To be fair, Sail is blind,
It might
exactly.
be bad, but Sail's not going down without a fight. Grimgore might think he's the biggest dog in the yard, but let's
Because
show him
he
what
is.
happens when you mess with the most treacherous sorcerer this side of the Bastion. Taking down Grimgor's army is a pretty tall order, but
Yeah.
thankfully we've got a very tall fella.
I'm telling you, Grimgor should have been a large unit. Like, have you seen the size of him? Actually, I didn't. Let me see.
And also
Okay,
a
Grimgor.
very angry,
Thanks,
hairy
Silver
fella.
Bullet Musketeers. I think so.
Is a variant of the Cursed Add-in, where not only it has 2 heads and 2 different
Oh, it's that
personalities,
one.
it can also cast spells. That means a giant that can cast spells.
Oh no. I don't feel like this should be allowed.
Bjorkbearstruck is a formidable legendary hero who is the leader of the Bearmen and is one of the toughest when it comes to hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so he's
He
good
can
at melee.
stay and keep those lines for a very long time while buffing up friendly marauders around him.
Okay.
That Doomdiver catapult that took out our Great Shaman Sorcerer is still here. But I don't think they were accounting for us having a Chimera. So let's
Nice.
turn up the heat a little bit.
That's a nice
The
chimera, I
is a
like it.
single entity monster that is best utilized against enemy infantry.
Okay.
It has several different heads that can be quite dangerous.
Does it mean that I have 3 different fire breaths, though? That's the most important thing. I see 3 different heads. I want 3 different fire breathing thingies, please.
And you do not want to be standing in front of any one of them.
Now that we've sown a little
Nah,
chaos
3
in
heads
their
and 1
artillery,
stomach.
let's
Damn it!
keep up the dreadful portent.
Hello there, Cat Owner. Welcome. Happy to see you harding today. Hi. Welcome. I'm sorry I was not catching your streams as much. My work is getting more and more busy, and I just had less time to hop in and say hi. But welcome. Happy to see you. We're watching the new DLC for Warhammer, the gameplay showcases and stuff. So his tribe got fused into 2-headed giants? Yes. Do wonder if it is worth picking the Norska DLC up. I need to look at the new inventory stats. Yeah, check it. Maybe it
For
is.
their missile line.
The
Fly,
Jaguar
broken
is a
wings.
unique type of monster that doesn't really move around the battlefield in a normal way. It
Okay.
can burrow under the ground and then burst out in a targeted location, whether that be behind enemy lines or fortifications. It can spit out venom. It's awesome.
It can borrow out. I wonder how exactly that works. I know you're still with me. I'm also busy with making new Avatar and Xmad avatar. It's not easy on mouse. Oh yeah, I get it. Like I just currently my work is busy, and a lot of times I was hopping in during my work for your streams. And after work, I either have to like make dinner or I have to, stream or something. And I just didn't manage to hop in, but I hope I can hop in again soon. It moves freely underground, then turn into immobile turret when burrowed out. That is also good in melee. Ah, I see. No, the untargetable worm.
Even with our reinforcements coming in,
What is the cooldown on burrowing? How quickly can you burrow into the ground? That's a very important notice for me to
this
know.
battle is turning a little bloody, but we're starting to make
Dreamos
Grimgor
are
regret
technically
his
Norskas,
choices.
only artillery option. There are some range boys, I see. The biggest importance for me is how often can you burrow? Because if it has cooldown of like let's say 130 seconds, then there is still a chance to kill it, even though it is a little bit harsh. And question is if it's in active combat in melee, can it burrow? Those are like 2 important things that would determine how annoying this unit can be.
So Grimgor's living up to his name,
Yes, he's unbreakable.
and the Chaos Gods have come to collect, and our altars are in ruins. This machination isn't working. We're gonna need to
wait.
rethink this.
So this is what... So if you overdo the manipulation, the Chaos Gods just jump into your fight and they're like, hello, we are here to disturb you now. Is that what happens?
But if you think this means that sales ways will change,
Right,
then
because
you-
flying units have a hard time taking off when on the ground again if in melee. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm asking about those questions, because if the unit cannot borrow when in active melee fight, you can take it out. If it can, then it is a little bit of a nuisance to deal with. And how long borrow lasts? Can AI handle it? Yeah, see, those are the questions that I have, because we know that we either will use it or we will have to deal with it. So now, how often can it borrow? How long can it be under the ground? Can it borrow when it's an active melee fight? And stuff like that, you know? The AI can barely handle with units above ground. Helder Art, welcome. I think that was for dramatic effect. Yeah, I just want to know, you know, the info.
Couldn't
the-
be more mistaken.
And the
Sail will
technical
try
things.
again.
I would hope it
And
would be
again,
similar to flying
and
mechanic. I
again,
hope so.
If needs be. For there's always another scheme at hand. Another
I miss if they mentioned it, but the dream was also don't root and return. If their leadership breaks, they just disappear. Oh, route. Okay, so they route. Well, once they route, they disappear.
Will have his way. Just like how
It makes sense because it's a demon spawn. Chaos spawn, right? And chaos spawns, generally speaking, disappear once the route is gone. If it's not human.
Fancy.
In any way, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so we have the Lords of the End Times. So this is the Nagash time. This is the End Times Lords that we are learning about. From what I remember, it can borrow infinitely because it can only move underground. That is annoying. Noted. Also, welcome, Crazy. But once it... no, it's an animal, not daemon. But once its morale is broken, it just fucks away and never returns. Oh, so even after the fight, it's not back. The demon just a balancing thing. I see. I think the idea is that it just borrows away from battle and you can't find it afterwards. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. The Lords of the End Times, where the AI will somehow get stupider. Oh my gosh. Of course it will. Surfacing has 20-second cooldown. That's not much. That's not much. Just checked. Okay, that is very, very short. Look at all those zombies. All the hordes. Kaboom!
The great work can begin. Rise, my mortals.
Hello there. Hi, Vlad. No, not the dwarf. Also, he calls on everyone. Even Luthor is like, oh, Papa is back. Papa is back. Wait, why does she have a skin on her? Wait a second. Who is that? Also, why do I have French subtitles? I don't understand that. The heck happened here? I don't know why it's French. The OG vampire Neferat? Oh, I see. Bone Daddy coming to collect his fart boys. Okay, so I never actually saw her in game, I guess. Canonically, no one wanted Nagash to return. Maybe Arkan, but no one else. I see. Hi there, Roland. Please keep it English in chat. Even the vampires are French? No! They were supposed to be not French. This is... You see this naval battle that we absolutely never would see in the game? CA, why do you do this to us? You know that this doesn't exist in game. Why do you do this? Why? She wasn't in game. She never really did battles. She was the Whoremaster of the world. Ah, I see. At least Luthor will get an update. He deserves it. That's something. Roland, please keep it English in chat. I really ask you for that. Because it happened in the end times, but I want it. Why can't we have naval battles? The children yearn for the sea. They have wild imagination. I just want naval battle, man. I forgot that Nagash was in the Tomb Kings area. Warhammer has naval battles, but it's a whole other game. No, it doesn't. Hello there, Rogante. Welcome, happy to see you hiding today. No. As in tabletop, yes, of course. In tabletop, yes, but in the Total War. Naval battles would be fun. They would be. I think Shogun had naval battles, right? I don't remember if Shogun had it. Can you imagine Dreadfleet battles?
Does not serve.
Exactly!
Citra rules.
Yeah!
So be it. I am death incarnate.
No, Cetra! But Cetra does not serve. Cetra rules! Naval battles are not possible in Total War Warhammer because of tech debt and engine difficulties, I know. Fun fact about that Cetra scene. Chaos tries to bribe him to work for them by restoring his body. He repeats the line Cetra rules and pushes them away and goes back to save Nagash life when he almost dies because nobody can steal Nagash from Cetra. Only Cetra can kill him. But Cetra just died! To be honest, I don't trust CA to make naval battles in the fleets good, although it would be awesome, yeah. Not Cetra! Bring back Cetra, boy! Gets vaporous in 2 seconds. I have no idea how naval battles would work in terms of balancing and preventing things like your huge land army having to cross the ocean and getting snuck by pirates. Oh, well, that's a different story. No. After he got destroyed by Nagash, he gets restored. Cetra will not die. Too bad a base for that, of course. Don't worry, Cetra can't die. The desert won't let him. Perfect. Stupid Nagash. You can't kill Cetra. Cetra does not serve. Oh, damn. Hello, ooh. I think what they're gonna do is it's gonna be one of the end scenarios where all of the undead unite, and I mean all of them. I mean Tomb Kings, I mean vampires, I mean Luthor, all of them unite against everything else. Maybe when Nagash comes back this time, Cetra will be in Norska looking for his hat. Seems like it. I think that's gonna be the thing. I wonder what happens if you play as one of these factions, though. I don't think Empire and Rome 2 had magic and dragons to mess things up. Probably no. Bye-bye, Sarkatas. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Sleep well, rest well. Isn't it an already endgame event? I don't think as in every single undead faction. I think it's separated by the undead, like Tomb Kings or vampires. You don't have all of them together. At least that's what I think. If I remember correctly, CM mentioned that he'll have all of the undead restores plus his own special ones. There's better be more than the undead though. Chaos and Skaven were huge parts of the end times, not just the undead. Again, I don't know what exactly will happen in this whole scenario. It's apparently gonna be a massive thing, bigger than the current crisis things. How will the engine handle that? More than 20 armies spawning at one settlement? From how I understand it from the showcase, you have end time scenario that can happen, but you can prevent them from happening. Oh, I see. Tori is right about the end time crisis. Thank you. It won't? Okay, that explains it. CA also said that there will be a full end time thing where different factions can blow the world up in their own ways. I do want to play him. He's my favorite fantasy character. I don't think you can play him considering how strong he is. If he was a playable character, he would steamroll everything, and that's kind of pointless. With permanent areas distractions, I see. I imagine the engine will handle it horribly. Also, some big old things are gonna happen with the map. Hello there, Nubaki, welcome, happy to see you. He is one of the DLC lords. It needs Ban faction though. So wait, Nagash will be a playable lord? He will be a playable faction in the DLC? How do they want to avoid making him overpowered and steamroll everything? He is the strongest lord you can kinda have, like the strongest undead. Still funny that Mongols and the Realm Divide are better than... yes, he is one of the 4 lords for the End Times DLC. They won't. Don't make easy mode campaign, that's not a problem. But that's like... Wait a second, this... Nagash is... According to a recent interview, Nagash will have to rebuild himself instead of just being OP. I'm sure there will be some ways of it, but also steamrolling the world can just be fun as Nagash. Yes, but then you're just gonna play the game twice with him and leave him alone. All undead factions is OP in one or another way. I don't think so, because a lot of times with the drawback with majority of undead factions is they are very easily destroyed. Like, you kill the lord or the leader of the army, and the army is basically gone. Likely going to start weak and have him slowly gain power through his rituals. As long as the moon is destroyed, I'm happy. Also with Nagash, I'll be a Voldemort situation. He's brought back weakened, growing stronger with time. I just want the Skavens to crush Mercy Leap into Ultwan. He gets smacked by Sigmar every 5 turns, and every 15 a city gets nuked. I doubt that will be different with Nagash. I imagine Nagash being equivalent to a greater demon, Scarbrand, and wizard on par with Teclis. Make him go all the way north to take back his crown from Azka. Yeah, crumbling is a horrid trait, worse than being mortal, but by far. Both demons and undead are heavily nerfed by that. Yeah, so this is kind of the drawback of undead. While they can heal and revive and grab cheap units easily, they crumble very quickly. But in the end, no matter who I play, I'm gonna drop kick Manfred. Well, we'll see how this goes, to be honest. We'll see. Yeah, Cetra does not serve. I'm dumb sketching. We'll send you a Lefani Tori on Discord for you to look later. Thank you. Okay, this is the last one, I think. I believe so. Campaign Flyover. Okay. I think in the lore, Nagash is actually just kind of around, hanging about in Nazgashizar, and characters have gone to visit him. I hope it's gonna be fun. I hope they're gonna make it nicely balanced and just good to play. Just feel good to play him.
This world dies.
Oh well, no, Dino Boy.
Chaos claim it.
Well, yes and no. This is what I meant with the map changing.
Allowed chasms to bleed it.
Okay, so Nagash's logic is, since the living failed, the dead will take over. Yeah, Nagash being the disappointed dad, like, come on, guys, you had one job and you failed. In the Age of Sigmar, Nagash became God of Death. I think so. So yeah, Nagash will be OP in one way or another. Yes, I think in Age of Sigmar he became the God of like almost death. Yeah. I wonder if the map will just look different or if there will be different paths as well. Different paths, probably no. I think there will be different things happening on the map, but I don't think they will add paths. When you play Nagash, you will have to get his books and some locations to unlock his powers. At least that's what they said. Okay, so I think we had that one with a different faction too. I think the statement of life failed it when talking about the state of the world just sums Nagash up as a person. Only he knows how things should be and everyone else must be dead and enslaved, of course. He's the smart boy. Nagash ate the other death gods due to his death in general.
World dies and becomes my domain.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused as to, since Nagash will be a lord of end times, one of the lords that they have announced, but he also will be one of the end times thingy. So I'm a little bit like confused about how exactly they're gonna do this. But we'll see, I guess, with time. He had his ass handed to him in the past a few times, so he's not that OP in fantasy. Still OP though. I think they said that there'll be things like areas being made permanently uninhabitable, either as part of end times blowing them up or Nagash's special thingies, yeah. I still can't believe Skaven beat his ass so diabolically is funny. Perfect. If you don't play it has an event, just like you don't get wild hands as Durfu. I see, okay, so basically if you are not playing as Nagash, there is a possibility of the event of Nagash being the end times event. I'm fairly sure the Archaeon's campaign is too boring as the end times about. Oh, to bring the end times about. And Sigmar just bonked him in the head. I understand why they're bringing in end times. I wonder if they will try to change anything about it. Will they try to maybe make it a little bit different from what the Games Workshop wrote, as in what's the story actually within the universe? But I also wonder if this means that after Warhammer 3 and possibly after Medieval 3, depending on the idea of what Creative Assembly wants to do here, will it be actually time for the Age of Sigmar? I actually wonder if that's their plan, because from the logical point of view, if you're bringing end times, it makes sense to also bring Age of Sigmar, right? It just makes sense. It will be once the DLC rolls out, of course. And Cetra casually kicked his ass in the end times. Since you can prevent the end times from happening, there is a certain freedom. I see. Hello there, Ascario. Welcome. Happy to see your hiding today, or whatever noises those were. Hema arm. They said that there will be more end time DLCs. They will reveal the next Total War the 11th, so we'll see. Okay, so there will be several end times DLCs. On one hand, I understand why. I fully understand why. But on the other hand, I am a little bit surprised. I wonder how many there will be. Will it be like, I don't know, 4? Or will it be like, I don't know, 5, 10? I have no idea. I think the worst part of end times writing is wildly out of character writing, but since the characters are playable, you get to choose how it develops. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Because the end times, from what I've heard, they have created a lot of friction due to how the characters were acting and due to the writing being very rushed. So a lot of loose ends were tied very quickly and not really the way that people would want to see them and play out. So it's kind of what I'm thinking here, because then Age of Sigmar came in, and while I personally am a little bit skeptical about Age of Sigmar, mostly because I don't know how I feel about a lot of characters suddenly being in godhood, but I didn't read stuff and I didn't learn enough to have a valid opinion on that. I know that there are people who enjoy Age of Sigmar once they look past the end times. Once they basically just decide, okay, end times happen, whatever, I don't look at that, I'm just looking at Age of Sigmar, right? From what it sounds like, CA wants to give the players the chances to change how the end times goes about. It is a sandbox game after all, yes. They would have to buy a new IP for that, and it's much more risky investment, so Sigmar is still doubtful. This probably is testing the water for that. I think they're actually checking if this will work, right? I think the current statement is that Total Warhammer will go on for as long as there is still content to add and is profitable to make. Which is funny, considering that they cannot keep Warhammer 3 going for too much longer, because the game itself is already struggling, so they have to actually release a new game. That's usually how it works. Age of Sigmar feels to me like an exaggerated parody of a parody of FB. Just my personal opinion, though. I understand. Age of Sigmar is kind of new and abandoned story, so I'm happy they remember Age of Sigmar. Is it abandoned? Did the Games Workshop actually just stopped writing Age of Sigmar? And so I cannot get myself to like Age of Sigmar. It just doesn't feel like Warhammer anymore for me. I understand. The more I have learned about Age of Sigmar, the less I like it. Fire Slayers are dumb as hell. Age of Sigmar's made Morathi be a part of Force of Order. Can you imagine that? It's like with Morathi, I feel like CA or I feel like Games Workshop was unsure what to do with her. They wanted her to be Slaanesh, but also no. They wanted her to do certain things, but also no. They constantly were jumping between, is she actually Slaanesh or is she something else? Dahlia, why are you on my... you're overheating my PC. And I feel like they just constantly go back and forth with her and are not unsure how to do this. Age of Sigmar is pretty interesting. Shame that fantasy had to die for it to come about. If it was an original thing, it'd be better in my opinion. Very possible. I don't mind Age of Sigmar Total War, as I might finally comprehend what it's about. And to be fair, Morathi is a part of Forces of Order in that she is always against chaos. She doesn't serve Slaanesh as she uses them. Yes and no. She's trying to use Slaanesh because she's trying to be also a goddess, but it's a little bit tricky with her. Age of Sigmar Total War has a potential to show people the good side, but this is something that I'm thinking about, right? Because it could potentially turn people's eyes at the Age of Sigmar, and it potentially could work. But how many of the people who would look at Age of Sigmar would decide just no because it's Age of Sigmar? That's the kind of issue. Age of Sigmar Total War would be weird. The realms are connected by gates. You could hold them and be safe, not something they usually like to do. That is an issue, yes. Risky if people don't necessarily like Age of Sigmar, but the next clear thing for them to try. The issue is that it's dividing the people. It's dividing the fandom, right? There's a lot of people who never accepted Age of Sigmar as the progression, and there is some people who do accept it and like it. So it's a dividing force, in my opinion. Skaven being Chaos aligned, I didn't like either, but I guess the Horned Rat is properly Chaos God for now. That's also interesting idea that they are, I guess, Chaos aligned if we take the Horned Rat as Chaos God. Hello there, Lex Twitch. I think most people don't want Total War Age of Sigmar because it would basically be recycled Total War Warhammer. That is true, and I can see why that would be a way of looking at this. At the same thing, I think it could have been possible to reshuffle it a little bit and improve Warhammer 3 to make sense to make a Total War Age of Sigmar. I always think that Age of Sigmar is the combination of Warhammer Fantasy and 40k, and I don't like it. I understand that. It feels like it, and I understand dislike for that because I think it makes people who loved fantasy and fantasy for it was feel like they are being force-fed the 40k, which they don't want. End Times is the worst decision game Workshop ever did. The consequences lives with Age of Sigmar to this day, and it will probably never be rid of that taint. No, they would have to retcon the whole End Times, and they're not able to do that anymore because of the fact that they already created Age of Sigmar as a progression. They sold a lot of minis, they made a whole new system for it, and they physically cannot retcon the whole End Times anymore. Mind you, in Age of Sigmar, order is less good and more the factions that build up society. And this is something that I kind of also dislike about this, because this was the big contrast between 40k and fantasy. In fantasy, the good guys were actually pretty good. You actually had the good guys in fantasy. You would say the dwarves are good, the elves are good, the Empire, the Bretonnians. This is kind of the lizardmen most likely. Not good as in they don't do evil things to pursue their goals, but good as in they're fighting against chaos. In 40k, everybody is evil. And that's the big difference. And there is a lot of gray areas and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, I feel like this is something that tints for me a lot of the fantasy where the good guys are not good anymore. Or they are kind of like, oh, now they are a gray area, right? I don't necessarily like that idea. Isn't Age of Sigmar not also much smaller, squad-based combat instead of formation combat, as that game already exists? I don't know actually how the tabletop looks like, so I cannot say much. I also just don't know what other fantasy settings they'd make a fun Total War out of. Lord of the Rings, that was modded a lot of times, but that's probably just too expensive IP to get, and that's their issue. Fantasy and 40k should not be almost the same things, because fantasy, I always look it up at the same interesting takes of Warhammer 40k. I agree. In my opinion, fantasy and 40k also should be separate things. I completely agree with that. I think that fantasy should be its own thing and 40k should be its own thing. Exactly, the everyone is evil is 40k thing. It's main thing that makes it different other than fantasy sci-fi. That's what I mean, right? Because this is also how fantasy a lot of times looks. When you think about fantasy stories in general, I'm not talking now about just Warhammer, but when you think about fantastical stories, majority of them have the good guys and have the bad guys, and that's how a lot of fantasies function, especially the more common ones that you would read. And I feel like it works very well with the fantasy settings. I think it works very nicely, and I do not understand why do we have to put the gray morale on the good guys in the fantasy as well. I think that this being part of 40k, where everybody is evil and everybody has the gray area, works pretty okay because everybody is trying there for survival. While here, there were supposed to be factions who are created against chaos specifically so that they can stop the chaos. So it kind of worked good way to make this distinction, while making it, oh, but good guys are not so good anymore, kind of breaks this idea as well. In fantasy, the good factions were good, but deeply flawed. In 40k, there is only a spectrum of evil. Exactly, that's a very good way to put it, Volmata. Malzan Empire would be cool setting. It's also a bit questionable in that the Empire are good guys, but have all of the bad medieval stuff. Dwarves are good, but unreasonably stubborn. Elves are also slavers and manipulators, etc. Yes, but what I mean is what Volmata said. In fantasy, the good factions were good, but deeply flawed, while in 40k, you have just spectrum of evil, and that's a very good way of putting it, to be honest. They could also do Elder Scrolls like the Crusader King 3 mod. 40k has been stepping away from that. Yes and no. I think you're thinking about Tau, and that's being changed. Pancras worded it better, but in 40k, the good guys are evil because they're Dutch buffs. Wait, Dutchy buffs? In fantasy, they really think this needs to happen, but are sad it does. Exactly. Probably because 40k is much more popular than fantasy was, so they copied over and try make Age of Sigmar popular too. I think that is true. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to copy the formula and make it fantasy, but no. Not the Imperium specifically, but like how Krieg is now lore-breaking clones, so they no longer need breeding pens. Was it confirmed that Krieg is just cloning themselves, or because I know that it was an implication for a very, very long time that that's what Krieg does. But is it actually now confirmed that they do that? Yeah, that's a reasonable point, though. I think there are similarly good Age of Sigmar factions, the good elves that aren't under Morathi but still have to work with them sometimes. Sigmar Marines are a good example of this. But my knowledge of Age of Sigmar is lacking, so I can't be sure. Okay. They were straight up good guys when they were introduced, but Games Workshop had to retcon that after Backlash. I didn't actually know that they retconned that after Backlash. I think I wish that what Luton... No, it wasn't Luton. It was WARHAMMER. I hope that what WARHAMMER said is that it is just a young... it's a young faction. It's a young race of creatures that just has entered this place, that they were full of hope. But with time, the hope was getting corrupted, and they started to see why everything within this universe is the way that it is. However... I will say that I don't know how true it is. It might be that Games Workshop changed the way they are because too many people were against it. But grown now, yes, used to be for a long time that they just died breeding in a horrifying way. Okay, so nowadays it is confirmed that they are actually being cloned. To be honest, I wouldn't say that this is something that shows that, oh, now they are good. I think it is just more efficient for them to do this way. I don't think it's more of, I don't think it's, oh, we don't want people to suffer. I think it's, this cloning method is more efficient. I think that's literally, that was their logic and nothing else. They were never good guys. I have their first codex. They did chemical sterilization and brainwashing from the go. Yes, but Tau was seen as the good guys within the universe due to their way of thinking. It takes away the horror. Yes, but I wouldn't say that it means that it's a good deed of any type, because I think they were thinking much more of efficiency and how can we make this faster and better rather than, we don't want people to suffer here. Funnily enough, Games Workshop claimed that fantasy was less popular than 40k, but they never showed any evidence of it. The main reason of the end times, I think, was because they couldn't copyright the generic factions like elves and dwarves. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the issue. First of all, they were having a huge inspirations from a very well-known stories and very well-known IPs. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were having issues with some copyright, like they wanted to copyright certain things and it was a little bit difficult due to how heavily they referenced certain things. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the reasons, and it was not actually because it was less popular. Only kinda. I mean, look at how Star Wars handled cloning. It's still horrific. There we go. Seems as the good guys by Hope people, it was never real. It was just people not reading. Maybe that's true. I actually don't know. Was not deep diving into Tau beginnings. It's why they all have weird names in Age of Sigmar, like Elves instead of elves. Yes, probably yes. If they can make a silly word like Aeldario, they can rename dwarves. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to do this with the old world because it would cause friction or something. They had a good necromancer story, and because they couldn't copyright it, they deleted the whole thing and pretended it never happened. Yep, that's Games Workshop for you. It's all about the greater good. Okay, since ads has finished, let's watch the medieval free trailer and let's look at what they have to show us. Old World has also had changes because of that. Yes, I'm looking at you, Malerion the Dread King. Yep. And they also renamed Malekith to Malerion, so they don't use a Marvel character's name anymore. That's what I mean, right? They couldn't copyright certain things, and it didn't sit well with them because no copyright means you cannot sell it, or you cannot easily sell it. Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch it.
We rule by divine right, and yet our realm is far from holy.
Wait, far from what? I'm sorry, I think I heard it wrong. Do we have captions by any chance that are English this time? Yes. Holy! Oh, okay. I did not heard holy. I heard the opposite of it. I heard the opposite of holy. Well. Oops. Okay.
Our realm is far from holy.
Too much Slaanesh footage, yeah.
The armies we command paint red the map.
Dirty minds hear dirty things.
Why fight when hearts and minds are easily swayed?
The realm is ours, only when our enemies lie dead.
Patience and time will beget our gain.
We are stability,
Dignity.
And authority.
We bear the weight of pain.
end of defeat.
Greatness shall ever define us.
And we shall never
Be forgotten. So,
How will you
Shape
Your realm.
How will
will you
make history.
Make
history.
make history?
Interesting. So I feel like they showcased how very different I don't know, I'm gonna just throw it maybe here. Very pretty site, yes. What is this? It's basically saying, hey, we are creating this game, right? Why I feel this was made with AI? I don't think so. It was a little bit too consistent to be with AI. I feel like it may have been more of the way they edited it that it felt this way, but I don't think. It's not an engine footage because I think these are actual actors.
And yet our realm is far from holy.
Yeah, I think these are just actual actors. I don't think this is engine. I'm not sure, actually. I'm too paranoid, mate. Understandable, seriously, understandable. No, it's motion capture. Oh, is it just motion capture? Okay. But the quality was not great. Like, how's that a Total War teaser? This is a Total War teaser because the game just started to be developed. So they wanted to showcase that we are making the game, we are working on it, we are starting on it, but they probably do not have any footage of the game itself yet that they can showcase or record even. Because maybe the models are not even ready yet to be showcased. Looks cheaper with actors. It's 1 room and 4 actors, so that's cheaper to just do. Just blurry transitions with live action footage. It looks fine. It reminds me of old Bungie trailers. It's like early pre-production. Yeah, they basically they are just letting the fan base know. They are letting the players know, hey, we are starting to work on this. It's one of the situations where I can't have an opinion yet because I haven't seen anything yet. Yes, I understand. It's like as I said with Medieval 3, I am hoping for the best. I'm expecting not good. Way too soon. I feel like it is a little bit way too soon for them to announce it, but I think they needed to announce it. I think like they needed to announce it because Total War Warhammer is getting some backlash lately. Now they fixed it a little bit, so things calmed down, but now there is new DLC. There is another new DLC that they already announced. I am wondering if it's because it's December and they want to pump up the sales a little bit more. People were kept asking them to announce it too. Yeah, people were asking them that they want Medieval 3, they want Empire 2. So CA was like, well, okay, here is Medieval 3. So just behind Elder Scrolls 6, then yeah, just behind. I get that, but I think it's badly made and doesn't connect to the concept of Total War. I think I know what they were trying to do with this trailer. I understand the idea behind it. But I can see why, like, if I was a guy who wanted to play Total War, and Total War is a war game, I want to see some battles. With my very simple brain logic of a Total War thing, I want to see battles. This is not battles. Right? Am I thinking correctly or am I completely off on that one? Truly, we are our own worst enemy? Yes. Or a war speech would be fine too? True. War speech I think would work as well. It's also the Total War 25th anniversary, so all of the announcements, yeah. That's how pre-production this is then. They're also just running out of things to add to Warhammer 3. That's 100% true. Not only I think they're running out of things to add to Warhammer 3, I don't think Warhammer 3 can handle much more things. They had to announce it because there wasn't a mainline historical for a long time, so they had to get back on the good side of the historical fans. And this is something that I'm extremely confused about, because as far as I know, a lot of people, a lot of base players of Total War games were fans of the historical titles, the titles that brought them into this thing completely, right? So I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand why they pivoted away from it so heavily after Warhammer 3. I understand why Warhammer 3 worked. I understand why they had idea to bring some of the things from Warhammer 3 into the Total War historical titles. But stopping completely the historical titles sounded for me like just not gaining money. Like just not even, like not satisfying a huge portion of their player base. This is what I feel like. Or showcase how units move in new engine. I don't think they can. I think the issue is they don't have units ready yet. The new engine probably still needs work. They probably don't even have anything to showcase within it. Like they have no models to showcase there. They have nothing coded to make it sound good. That's only if they have models to show. Really should have waited till they have some models to show. Just feel me. Yeah, like they should have waited a little bit so they can actually show something. Hello there, Blank. Most of what Fantasy had is just about and then end times. So I do expect end of AOS Total War Warhammer. We'll see. I ironically think it was that popular. I guess so. I said the same months ago about Age of Sigmar Total War. Yes, you did. But they are Sega titles and not mainline games. Still, it didn't work. Well, and the new ones were undercooked and didn't work well. That's of course a separate thing, right? Like I know that the new games that they have published, like Troy and Pharaoh, did not work well. They were very undercooked. They had a lot of bugs and they were troublesome. And a lot of features were not what people wanted. But that's a completely different story. I'm thinking about like a logic of you have a lot of people who love historical titles and you completely pivot away from that. Which is, of course, they are Sega. According to CA, they are historical. Yes. Total War, Warhammer 1 and Vermintide brought interest back into fantasy, but it was right after End Times. And this is the saddest part. They did release several smaller historical games, but people didn't buy them, despite them apparently being good games. Which games were they fall? Because I'm not sure if I heard of those. Did they stop? I thought they kept making bad ones. Not historical. As far as I know, the historical main titles were gone, and they're trying to mix the saga with historical titles. Won't the game they announced in a week be a new engine? No. The new engine, they didn't announce a game in a week. They announced a DLC for an existing game. And there will be engine fixes into that old engine that they are still using, but the new engine will be for the new games. I would not expect them to actually move the whole Warhammer 3 into a new engine because I don't think they have capacity to do that physically. It's been almost a decade since the Warhammer trilogy started, but I want to say they tried more historical titles and they flopped. Which ones? I heard End Times happened because CEO had his contract ending and it in a clause, a last bonus based on final year sales. So he middened Times and AOS rushed and in 1 year to maximize his bonus. Oh my god, that's so stupid and I hate it, but I understand. They kept having activated abilities in their historical kind, the Dawn of War 3 problem, the modern audience targeting, yes. Troy, the Chinese one, Troy was not an actual historical, it was saga. The Chinese one, they killed it before the people would actually take it. Three Kingdom was historical and mythical as well, that's true. And also, Three Kingdoms picked up and then they announced that they are shelving it. Troy was felt bad to play. Every lord increased army upkeep by 22%. Troy and the one in Egypt were for far too small scale games. Players want multiple continents spanning maps. They were too small. They were still kind of saga, and they just didn't play good. Warhammer started in 2016. Since then, they released Thrones of Bretonnia, Three Kingdoms, Troy, Pharaoh. And Troy and Pharaoh were dogshit. Three Kingdoms were bad at the beginning. They fixed it and then they shelved it. And Bretonnia was the last one. Bretonnia was painfully broken on release. Pharaoh, that was historical. It was not. Three Kingdoms just failed its DLC policy. Its first DLC was horrible. Yes. Bretonnia was also in the middle of Warhammer 2 and 3. They abandoned 3K too soon. They abandoned 3K very, very soon. And they greenlighted the games because they wanted to make some quick cash on the setting before killing it, and inadvertently made the setting more popular than it has been in the years. Yes. Three Kingdoms flopped due to early bug issues and early abandonment, and then Troy and Pharaoh. Fantasy was ended because the 40k third ED started. Box outsold Fantasy by a good margin. Pharaoh flopped, yes. Troy was advertised and marketed as historical, with Pharaoh being marketed as returning to the roots in historical games. Both were lies. That's what I mean. Troy and Pharaoh were not actual historical titles. They were a lie. They were just being marketed as that, and then people realized that they were not actual historical titles. Thrones of Bretonnia, Three Kingdoms had a historical and a fantasy mode. Troy and Pharaoh, yes. Yes, that's true. Pharaoh was pretty good, but people don't know Bronze Age and also that whole 60 for Saga game. And it was small, like it was expensive, it was still buggy, it has still issues with its functionalities. It was small, it was expensive, And it was not actual historical because it still had the magic in it, and that's not what people wanted. What people don't want magic in their historical titles. They just want actual historical titles. In terms of personal opinion, I think after Warhammer, most historical Total War factions feel a bit samey to me, since I can't release a dinosaur on my enemies. I can understand that point of view, but they should have kept the historical titles and the saga titles separate, because not every person who played the historical titles will play Warhammer and enjoy Warhammer and will want to have it in every single game. Again, give people the choice. Let people play what the people want to play. If a person wants magic and wants to have a little bit different experience, let them play saga. If they want to have actual historical battles with historical accuracy, or as much as it's possible, of course, let them play that one. Honestly, a Total War game set in proper Greek myth would be awesome. What, it was not done? I thought it was done already. Then there is the Hyena debacle. 6 years of making a Fortnite clone, but fairy, only to abandon it. This drained all their cash. Wait, there was such a thing that they tried to do? Oh my god. No, don't tell me that they were trying to do Fortnite. Where I am, the reverse, would have never played Total War if there wasn't a Warhammer version. Yeah, that's of course a situation. 100%. There are people who would not play Total Wars if not Warhammer happened. Now, was semi not myth, not historical, and that's an issue, right? Hyena fucked them up so much. Oh my god. Why, as a strategy developing company, you try to make an FPS game is beyond me. They axed Hyenas after dumping $40 million. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, the Troy game was proto-Greek myth where they tried to make it realistic. I hate it. So it's stupid. So they should have made actual mythical Greek game, yeah. Did Pharaoh have magic? I haven't played it, but it's the first I'm hearing of the magic bit. As far as I know, Pharaoh was just buggy, small, and not working. But I think it had magic too. Mythic units in Troy are cosplayers, and that sucks. I think it had aura abilities, not real magic. Tall Minotaur dude who is slaughtering units solo get Otta here. To be absolutely fair, CA also made a really good horror game, Alien Isolation. Oh, is it made by CA? I forgot about it. Frontier, who made Planet Zoo, made Age of Sigmar game, and it was bad. After Frontier said, yeah, only sim games for us now. Good, they should. Many companies try to do Fortnite without understanding what made Fortnite successful. Same with live service games. Here's the thing, when making games, don't follow trends. Yes, never do that. Not magic exactly, but like religion buffs, something like that. It wasted years of development and millions of funds. That sucks. They also made Alien Isolation, and that was pretty good. Just imagine fantasy, but only indie fantasy is in general. No, Zeus, Lightning, or anything cool. Yeah, that sucks. So he also made Halo Wars 2. That I didn't know, but that's an RTS. I mean, okay, Alien Isolation worked for them, and I'm glad to hear that, but creating a single-player horror game is a very different scale than creating a multiplayer FPS live... what is it called? The freaking game that is forever, right? Live service game is very different scale. It's a very different amount of development that you need, a very different amount of people that you need, and skills. They added a DLC for Troy later where they actually added mythical creatures, not the truth behind the myth stuff. But why is it in a DLC if Troy was already kind of supposed to have that in the base game? That's kind of stupid that now they tell you, well, buy it. A long time ago, they tried to make a sci-fi Total War and it got axed before it was finished. My issue with sci-fi Total War is I don't know how it would work. Because in sci-fi, you have to make an interplanetary, at least, fights. You cannot just make it on one planet because that's not how sci-fi works. So I wonder how do they try to do that? Because I'm really interested if they have a way of doing that. Because if you go into space and into fights with us in space, that is very different than what Total War does. So I'm interested. By the time you're done, the trend has passed. Sea Conquered probably would have been fine if they released it 7 years ago. I don't think it would. From what I remember of Troy, it was mostly grounded at first, and then they released Truth Behind the Myth with the mythic cosplayers, and then just added actual mythical creatures. Stupid. It could be on one planet, sci-fi on one planet. You probably can do that, but I don't know, because I see the same issue with 40k with sci-fi. Like, you have planets, and how do you do sci-fi without interplanetary fight? From you can kind of have it on one system, just add some nids to include the shadow. Medieval combat, but in space, glowing swords and blasters. It could work in the Dune universe. Yes, in the Dune universe, I think it could. Planet equals city, just painted map with star background. Total Star Wars. Yes, 40k requires interplanetary travel because of the factions. There are rumors about that too. Oh my god. The thing about Total War is that you have formation combat, and the more technologically advanced you get, the less relevant that way of warfare becomes. That's exactly what I want to say too. The main difference between sci-fi and fantasy is context. Both use crystals, for example, if you depend on how the writer justifies it. Of course. It is also interesting with Dawn of War 4 announced. That's true, Keystone. Dawn of War 4 announcing, I think it may have also pushed CA a little bit to like, oh, we need to announce a little bit more this year because, well, our RTS ground is being taken away because Dawn of War 4 is coming, right? And now CA may be feeling like, oh, there is a competitor coming back. RTL is like Dawn of War works with the 40k, but Total War? Yeah, that's what I mean, right? Only sci-fi army that walks on block formation is the Star Wars droids, which is why I don't see Total War 40k working, nor do I really want them to try. I agree with you. I don't think Total War 40k would work. I think it would be weird, not really the way that people would imagine it, and it would be a little bit confusing as well. Is it even Total War at this point, right? You love, but there is kind of Star Wars mod for Crusader Kings too. It's a flat sea map and planets are islands. I mean, that's creative. I'm gonna be honest, that's creative. As far as I know, there's several rumors about future Total War games. World War 1 and 2 game, which I heard that were also axed. Lord of the Rings game, which I don't think will happen due to how expensive the IP is and mods already exist. 40k, again, and I don't know how that would work with the Total War. And Star Wars, I don't know. I want Lord of the Rings, Total War. A lot of people would love that, but the question is, can they obtain the IP for cheap enough from their point of view? And are they willing to do that? Would love a grand scale 40k XCOM-like. Mechanicus? Well, Mechanicus may be a grand scale in the second game. No, not really. It's still Mechanicus. They do call the spaceship guys naval officers. Lol. I could see Song of Ice and Fire Total War, but it's still... I don't know Song of Ice and Fire, so I cannot say much. I said it once in one of your Twitch streams. I think the only way to do modern combat is like Hearts of Iron, but then you only have a campaign map and no battle maps, which takes away from the Total War stuff. And that's Game of Thrones. Okay. Song of Ice and Fire is Game of Thrones, and yes, there are mods for it. Yeah, that could work. That would work. Mechanicus is not grand scale, and it still doesn't follow the lore. Yeah, I agree. It is not grand scale. That's true. Mods are fine, but some are in sad state. Looking at a Lord of the Rings Shogun 2 mod. A 40k XCOM exists. Chaos Gate, Demon Hunter. True, Chaos Gate is basically an XCOM, but it's not a grand scheme. It's still a smaller one. But I think the grand scheme with 40k is the issue of how big the games would have to be. How much they would have to create of it. But now the mod from Medieval 2 is the closest things we get, so speak. Man, that sounds awesome. That actually sounds awesome. Isn't Grand Scale XCOM is just Age of Wonders? Oh, I don't know Age of Wonders. RTS market competition is like a competition between the blind, deaf, and the crippled. Paradox, CA, etc. They do exist and do compete, but they are all not great. I love the idea of having the RTS market and every single one of them is bad in one way or another. Battle map concerns could probably be fixed by using cover mechanics like a live XCOM experience. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a bit mess though. It'll give you that. Actually working on a game like that and it's tough. That's what I mean. I think the big scale of it is an issue. I do have Warhammer from Timu mod. The Medieval 2. I see. I want to spend 8 hours on a turn, not grand scale as in many planets, but as in controlling a full army XCOM like. Oh, I don't know how many people would be interested in that. I'm gonna be honest. Nippen mod for Total Warhammer will kill your game guaranteed, Sirs Reggie. Oh my gosh. You would end up with a cover crates of the number 1. There's an unofficial game for 40k called Chapter Master, which I think is grand scale, if I understand what you mean. Okay, I see. So there is something, at least. Unofficial, like, it's a mod for a game made for that mod to avoid Gamers Workshop lawyers. Of course, we always want to avoid the Gamers Workshop lawyers. Yeah, +1 for above me. If I remember correctly, Chapter Master also plays like an Excel spreadsheet. Oh my gosh. I can't. I work in Excel every day. I can't. I have to go between different Excels every freaking day. Come on, mate. I don't want to get a suit here. Of course. I'm already worried because if I ever want to make a Mechanicus model for myself, I'm gonna have to making it what do you call it? Legally distinguish him. Tori the pivot tabler. After playing mods like Deflant for Total Warhammer, a gunpowder focused Total War feels really possible. It probably is possible. Look at Warhammer 3, you have gunpowder. Love the Dwarf Fortress aesthetic. Ooh. Stellaris has a 40k mod. Playing Empire is exactly as you expect. Perfect. With enough green stuff, everything is unique. Yay, let's go. Are you gonna build Skynet? Build Skynet? No, I don't. What is Skynet? I have no idea what Skynet is. Please don't. I don't know what Skynet is. My goodness. I think I have an idea for the Total War 40k. Oh no. Don't give CA ideas. Stop it. Terminator? No, I would never. From Terminator movie? I would never. No. Let me hide this really quick. The Terminator AI? Oh, okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I mean, it works, to be honest. I just have to return it here. Terminator Universe AI took over the world. Hi, Rookie. Welcome. Happy to see you. How are you doing today? Skynet is the evil AI. Okay, it's the evil. No, I'm not building Skynet. There is no reason for me to build Skynet. I'm not even smart enough to do that. Although Matfish is extremely happy lately because I bought a game that is code-based and he's extremely happy that I came to him with the explanations of the code in the game and send him the the sentence, and I'm like, I don't understand. Now it would be called GPT. Oh my gosh. Not sure if I'll be able to join stream this weekend. I just wanted to say hi, everyone. No problem, Stratus. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Do not worry about that. Even if you can't join the streams, it's completely fine. It's completely fine. I'm gonna be completely honest. We're gonna play a little bit of Warhammer. I don't think we're gonna play too much. Oh wait, no, Captain, you sent me something. There we go. You sent me something that I was supposed to look over. And I forgot. Oopsie! Let me just I'm on the wrong. Okay, I have an idea how to do this. Give me a moment. You. Get in here. There we go. Okay. That's how I'm gonna do this. Do you have a plan to play Warhammer free mod? Warhammer free mod? No, most likely not. Oh my god, why are you so... There, okay. Okay, this works. Fuck off. Okay, I think this should work. I should be fine. Hopefully. Blob. Okay. So I didn't look at this. I can send you the other 2 faction blogs too. Give me a moment. We'll see. We'll see what this one. I'm gonna like skim through it basically. I don't think I have to read per se every single thing. Also, back in Attila, there was a faction, Western Roman Empire. You started with 50 settlements, broken economy, and 6 enemy attacks, and on end turn of turn 1. I hope Three Kingdoms would do it too, but no. Yeah. I don't think a historical do that one. So we have campaign mechanics that they give us. So we have the unique mechanics of Pillars of Cruelty. When the class forces occupy a captured settlement, you'll convert it into one of 3 distinct types. Yes, so we can have... Oh, so this is something that I didn't actually see in the trailer. I didn't notice, but you can have 3 distinct types of the settlement, not just 2. Yeah, to be fair, Three Kingdoms is about dynasties, not actual countries. The first is the Thrall Camp, which we learned that is basically where we're grabbing thralls from the settlements, which is cool. I came into an interesting problem. I made so-called nude base of my avatar and got close from Booth, but for some reason Unity hates it and doesn't allow me to save it. I think it's a curse of collision, very possible. The second settlement type is Tormentor's Hold, which is the military one. Yeah, this is the one that allows us to have a dedicated recruitment staff, and I think this one is the one that eats thralls, I would presume. Doesn't say here though, so maybe not. But this one also allows us to like attack with our garrison. And the pleasure place is the economy building. So basically what they did is they made economy buildings, slavery buildings, and military buildings. Noted. But they then they added the Zen Empire, and it had 1 city and 1 army. Sadly, we don't work with 3D models yet, so no idea. Yeah. Then we have the decadency, which is an additional... Well, this is an interesting idea, actually, because we don't use up money for buildings. We use decadency. Chaos Dwarfs, but fast and temporary. Yes, we use decadency instead. So I wonder if this will be like the Blood Kisses, but also no, because you use it for upgrading your buildings. This is something that will definitely push this specific lord to expand continuously. Because if they don't expand, they don't get enough thralls, thus they cannot build more buildings and upgrade them. So yeah. Nearly every building in the Pleasure Palace adds to Decla's decadency rating, which, like thralls, is tracked on the upper central UI panel. As her decadency rises, she can choose to spend it on torments, tributes, and these fall into two categories: marks of vindictiveness and torments tributes. Yeah. LinkedIn, Gachi, Gym, and Amazon, three city types, the three pillars of every Slaanesh society. Marks of Vindictiveness are expensive one-shot buffs which can be applied to your unit in the pre-battle panel. Each mark can be permanently upgraded for a greater efficiency. This should be efficiency, right? Or can I not read anymore? And this is a word that I just don't know. Chat, please tell me that I'm not crazy and this should be efficiency. Hello DP, welcome, happy to see you. Okay, it should be efficiency. Okay, I'm not crazy. I am dyslexic, so for me, if there is a mistake, I wonder if it's a mistake or am I not knowing the word. And the purchase buys you a bundle of 3 stonks. They're a great way of bolstering individual units to outperform their vanilla capabilities. Okay, but so this is the one that gives for the 3 things. Efficiency is correct too. It is kind of slang. Is it real? Wait, this is a real word that exists? No. No. Also, I forgot to put on music, so we're just sitting almost in silence. I mean, there we go. No, this doesn't sound correct. How do you even read that? That makes no sense. To produce a desired or intended result? Yeah, it's the same as efficiency. It means exactly the same. It basically means the same thing. Lol. The ability to produce a desired or intended result, but that doesn't fit. Yeah. Efficacy? That sounds... But that doesn't fit here, because greater efficacy? That doesn't make sense. Each mark can be permanently upgraded for greater efficacy, and each purchase buys... is measure of effectiveness. Huh. Probably from French, since efficacy in French means efficient. Probably. Is the ability to do things. Efficiency is the ability to do things in the most economical way. There's a slight difference in meaning, like kill and murder. Okay. Okay. Well, it's weird. Damn, French strikes again. Damn you, French. Tributes come in 2 forms. Yeah, these are to make people like us more, but gives also buffs. This time, I think it gives us 2 friendly units, yeah. English lessons with Tori? Not even with me, with chat. I don't know English well enough. You guys are teaching me. Exquisite spoils are the most expensive of the Termon's tributes, and with good reason. The 6 available bring powerful global enhancements related to a specific building chains in your pleasure places. For instance, sparring Spartans increases your global recruitment capacity by 2, while Vanity Mirrors are these permanent, or are they? I would presume no. Which brings us neatly onto our next topic, Decla herself and her strengths and capabilities. She is white in front and purple in the back. Perfect. Admiring herself in her vanity mirrors or coiled up on the chaste lounge while her thralls busy themselves to death, Decla moves fast, like really fast, and not just on the battlefield fully upgraded. She's around the same speed as a mounted character, but also in how she levels up. I wonder if she also gets more movement on the campaign map, or is that a lesser thing? Only reason I know about this is Darkest Dungeon. It was in reference to traps in the dungeon. Curious is the trap maker's art. Its efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. I see. I think they are permanent. Damn. That is a strong buff in that case. +2 for a capacity of recruitment. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Hefty 25% boost for her HP gain, 33% and buffing her with. Oh my god, that's a lot. Yeah, that is a huge boost if it's permanent. They are, however, expensive, so I guess it balances out somewhat. They cost 10,000. No, they cost 1,000. Wait. Yeah, 1,000 decency. Maybe that's gonna balance it, yeah. So she's pretty strong. As a base statistic, Dekla steals 15% of the HP any of her other lords would gain. So as soon as you begin raising and using new armies, you'll see her start flying through levels. It's well worth keeping her on the expanding boundaries of your territory and conquering settlements too. Okay, so basically she will get all the XP from everyone. Skill line offers mostly combat benefits, and the first skill available, the Price of Slaanesh, is an absolute zinger. It unlocks the Warfare trait, boosting her acceleration and the deceleration by 200%. Granting Strider, so she's unaffected by movement penalties caused by terrain and combat. Then the zips around. Okay, so this is basically movement buff, Dagger Dance, and Whirlwind. This is the probably the defense buff that she gets. Offense and yeah, this is the melee attack buff combined with the passive murder buffs provided by her red skill line. Because devoted murderers suddenly start punching well above their weight. Interesting. Okay, so she also buffs her units somehow. So there is a new legendary hero added. The boy. Another. This is the Druki one. We saw him very briefly, to be honest. He was the first one that they showcased. Chaos Sorcerer. This is the only sorcerer that she gets. So this is for the cavalry, which will be probably very useful considering she has a good cavalry. So murder. Devotees of Slaanesh, which is also new units. This is the new cavalry. This is the new unit. And oh, we got a new dragon or monster. Winged Beast of Chaos. Okay, so we do get a new beast as well. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Hello there, Artisan. Welcome. Happy to see you herding today. So this looks interesting. I don't know how I would enjoy it, but it looks definitely interesting. Definitely looks interesting. I'm gonna... I've been persisting. That's good, actually. That's actually good. I'm just gonna jump here. I didn't expect to spend so long on the trailers, to be honest. I thought that it's gonna be like an hour or something. But we have been here for 3 hours at this point. I'm gonna be completely honest. I am feeling pretty sleepy for some reason. And I am extremely hungry because the only thing I had today was some pizza for lunch. So I think today we're gonna end early and we're not gonna play Skaven, which I'm sorry for. That was fun. Thanks for stream, of course. And I think we're just gonna raid out to someone else, and I'm gonna go make dinner because I did not even make dinner yet. I didn't manage during the day. Have a good meal and good rest. And thank you so much, Fall. On YouTube, we're gonna be ending the stream. and I'm gonna be raiding on Twitch. So, YouTube, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. It was awesome to have a discussion with you. So thank you so much, YouTube. Please take care of yourself. And bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTube.